on and off the course.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them an injury.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man? World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute it.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be, so it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba. It is Tuesday, a rainy edition of Talk Sports. We got outages, we got weather, we got power going out, but we are still here, locked and loaded. Cody, how are you this morning?
Oh, doing good, John. Good to be here. Good to be anywhere on a fine rainy Tuesday here in our fair city. Good morning to the freaks and to everyone, but mostly, I guess, just the freaks right now because we're on YouTube. YouTube Live. How about that?
YouTube. We are on podcast. The radio should be back up in the next, I'd say 15 minutes or so. But we're here for the people.
Yes, we are. And the people are here for us, hopefully. We're here for them, but are they ever here for us? You know, that's the real question.
App's working now, too.
App's working too.
Oh, good deal. Well, tremendous.
The impression everything was broken. Here we are. Let's ride.
We're basically doing a live show here.
Yeah, everything's good.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Do it live.
How was your Monday?
My Monday, same as every Monday, pretty much. I was here, and then I was there, and did what I always do. Drove around town. That's about all I do. I come here and then I go drive around town. Did I eat anything fun? Not really. Not really. Trying to get my health together a little bit, get my life together so I don't perish. I did do some walking. I've been back getting my steps in for the last week or so. Been pretty consistent with that. So, doing a little walking, played a little of the NCAA game. I won a dynasty game 103-0.
What level you playing on?
All-American. But we've recruited at a very high level. Might have to push it up to Heisman because we're kind of dominating our opponents. It was an early season game against Florida International. We keep a cupcake or two on the schedule. 103-0, though. I mean, that's pretty impressive no matter how you slice it in a 5-minute quarter game. Got a hell of a receiver on my team.
That's pretty good.
99 speed overall.
That's game has come and gone. Last year, I was very excited for it. I proved to everybody I was still the best around here, but this year I've had zero interest to play it. I played maybe 2 games with the boss, and that is it.
Yeah, I've only played the new game here and with some other friends in other places, but I'm same as you. You know, I haven't gone out and bought the new game, so it's a waste of time. But you know, hey, we're all just passing the time. That's what
true.
we're doing. You got to occupy your time doing something. Some people carve up business deals and play golf. Some people play tennis. Some people travel the world. Some people are serial killers. There's a lot of things you can do to pass the time, but for me right now, I guess it's just video games. So nothing to report from me. Quite boring. How was your Monday?
My Monday was solid. My Monday was good. Nothing to report. Watched a movie, watched a good football game, ate a good burrito. Now we're here. Talking sports and other things. Sam, Bub, anything to report over there? You guys good?
Doing pretty solid as well.
Love that.
Forgot to put my meat out on the counter that I was going to thaw out before cooking dinner last night, and I went on a walk, and then like 90% of the way through, I was like, oh, wait, I don't have dinner for tonight. So that was tough, but we prevailed. Watched a football game.
It's never good when you forget to put your meat out onto the counter.
Yeah.
Bubba, what about you?
Standing there.
I went to a place called Snoozeville. Population me yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Everyone sleeps.
Yeah.
Well, look at
everyone, but there was indeed everyone there.
Look at that, fellas. We all ate, we all slept, and we all walked.
How about it?
Good for us.
I didn't do much walking. My foot's a little sore, so I didn't do too much walking.
We're just out here living life like humans.
Like it was intended.
Yeah.
Good football game, though, last night. Good football game last night. We'll dive into that. Some big SEC news in basketball with a slight Tennessee tie there as Bruce Pearl retires. Stephen Pearl takes over. We'll dive into it as Talk Sports on FANRUN Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is FANRUN Radio.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet. At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxVilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Good morning. Trying to clear up that wreck in Campbell County, 75 north around the 152-mile marker in that northern section of Campbell County. Extra time up towards Kentucky this morning. Heavy through downtown right now, 40 east and west, over the top of West Hills as well. It's busy there in West Knoxville, crowded Cedar Bluff right at the interstate. Hey, Fountain City Jewelers, your diamond engagement ring headquarters. Stop by and see Mark Enix today at Fountain City Jewelers next to Litton's. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
All right, Cody, where would you rather start? NFL last night, Lions knocking off the Ravens, kind of dominating them in that second half, or would you rather start with Bruce Pearl stepping down and Stephen Pearl getting promoted with a 5-year deal to coach Auburn? Which one do you find more intriguing?
Doesn't matter to me either way. I find them both intriguing.
Sam, Bubba, which one are you guys more intrigued with? Bruce Pearl or the Detroit Lions saying, hey, we don't need Ben Johnson?
Bruce.
I'll start with Bruce. I thought the Lions looked great last night. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. David Montgomery, I keep waiting for him to kind of fall to the wayside, but that two-headed monster, they've switched order this year where it's Gibbs, then Montgomery, but I thought Montgomery's long runs, I thought him, running them off at the goal line, fixing their field position, I thought that was the difference in the game.
I thought the difference in the game, well, that was one of them. I agree with you, but also the Lions just absolutely, they pushed Baltimore around. They went in there and said, we don't give a damn about you, Baltimore, and we're going to handle business, and we're going to be the more physical team. We're going to get after Lamar Jackson, and boy, did they. 7 sacks, absolutely just terrorized the Ravens' offensive line. Aiden Hutchinson was awesome too, and the Lions went in and looked like the better team last night, which I didn't see coming. I didn't, Baltimore at home is pretty damn good typically. Like, you don't see a lot of teams go in there and beat them.
Especially in prime time, especially against the NFC. Lamar Jackson is awesome against the NFC. He's awesome on Monday Night Football, but I thought the Lions came in and they put behind the Ben Johnson stuff. And I thought they kind of put behind week one against the Packers. We talk about week one being a liar sometimes. The Lions are okay. That Lions offense is okay. They got a little shell-shocked against that Packers defense in week one, but it seems like they're fine. And Dan Campbell, turns out Ben Johnson left over some of the good trick plays. That fourth down handoff to wide receiver, option to the running back, that was pretty awesome. Watching St. Brown and Gibbs connect on that coming out of a timeout to start the fourth quarter. They even had a little throwback across the field for a nice 20-yard completion on their game-tying touchdown drive. And then, defensively, you give up 30 points, so I guess I won't do too many backflips for the defense, but 6 of those came after they had a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter with a minute and a half left. So really, I thought the defense, when you look at the second half they played, the sacks they got, I thought it was a really, really dominant performance. Aiden Hutchinson, turns out getting him back on the field, that's worth maybe not quite what Micah Parsons is worth, trading for Micah Parsons, but if you're the Lions and that Lions defense, getting an all-pro caliber defensive end back, a guy that was headed for Defensive Player of the Year last year, turns out getting him back and healthy, worth just under acquiring Micah Parsons.
As impressive as it was watching Lamar Jackson run around and do his thing against Buffalo week 1, you saw the flip side of that last night. He couldn't do anything running around in the second half. Detroit was just all over him. And, I mean, to be able to, for guys to step up and be able to sack him, I mean, he's not the easiest quarterback to sack. Normally Lamar gets away, and he's elusive. And Detroit, I mean, they just had a great game on defense and went in there and got a nice win. Very nice win. Derrick Henry fumbled again. That was a critical moment in the game in the fourth quarter. He's now fumbled twice in the fourth quarter, and he's fumbled in all 3 games. Don't know what's going on with him, but he's got to hang on to the ball.
I thought it was weird the way they used him last night. I thought in the first quarter we were headed for a vintage primetime Derrick Henry performance where he reels off 120 yards, a couple touchdowns. Their first drive, he busts a 30-yard touchdown run. And you think, okay, here we go. And then it feels like they tried to feed him at the goal line on that next possession, or maybe 2 possessions later. They get down to the 2 or 3 yard line. They're trying to feed Henry. He gets stuffed a couple times. Lamar gets stopped on that 4th down and gets stripped. And it's like from that point on, they said, okay, we're not really going to feed Henry too much. He didn't really touch the ball for a while until they gave it to him on that fumble. And then, of course, once they gave it to him on that fumble, he looked like he might get benched. He looked like he was going through it on the sideline. I don't know if I've seen him be so demonstrative as he's like kind of like a kid throwing a tantrum on the bench, like kind of kicking himself for fumbling.
Yeah, he was clearly frustrated. I mean, threw his helmet down and everything. And in the moments after that, it seemed like
the helmet threw him.
Yeah, well. Something's controlling him. You don't see the guy fumble that much, but the next several minutes where they showed him, he was still visibly upset. So he didn't really get over it.
Didn't really get a chance to redeem himself either. The Ravens made a good stand after his fumble, really aided by a personal foul face mask on the offense. But they get the ball back down 7 with 6.5 minutes left. You think, okay, here goes. Maybe they'll do a little Derrick Henry redemption. Maybe they'll get him rolling. He's only in for 1 play as Lamar gets sacked. It's 2nd and 16, 2nd and 18, and they bring in their pass catching running back Justice Hill, and Henry's not in the game ever again after that. Then the Lions. I mean, you talk about the defensive line, and that's about as good of a job as I've ever seen a defense do of keeping Lamar in the pocket, because a lot of those sacks were him trying to dance around, him trying to find lanes to squirt out and run, and they had no interest in letting him do that. They had no interest in letting him get out and make plays with his leg, especially on non-designed runs. He had 35 rushing yards, but some of those were on designs.
That was the most impressive thing to me, though, because normally he finds a way out of there.
He does, but the Lions did not. Their linebackers were flying around. Their defensive line was staying in their lanes, and the secondary was, covering the receivers down the field. I thought, though, to me, like Montgomery, I thought he was, one of the main stories. I thought the defensive line was one of the main stories. But the Lions continuing to run with their super aggressive, ultra aggressive mentality of, hey, 4th down, yep, going for it. First drive of the game, 4th and 5, hey, going to go for it. 4th and 1 to start the fourth quarter when we could take a game leading, put us in the lead, field goal. Hey, guess what? Going to go for it. Touchdown. And then 4th and 2 from midfield, up 7. A lot of teams are punting in that situation. A lot of teams are punting in that situation, especially when their defense has been so good in that second half. Hell, we saw Lamar Jackson and the Ravens punt week 1 against the Bills in a similar situation when they were even up fewer than 7 points. They were up fewer than a field goal. They were up, I believe, only 2 points in that situation. And you saw them punt it away. The Lions said, nope, we ain't punting. And not only are we not punting, we're going to hit you with a play action, and we're going to trust Goff to drop it in a bucket to St. Brown. And that's exactly what they did, and they ended the game.
According to Next Gen Stats, the Lions made the optimal decision on every 4th down. They didn't turn the ball over, allowed 0 sacks, and missed only 4 tackles on defense. The Ravens did turn the ball over, allowed 7 sacks, and missed 20 tackles.
I mean, almost every time going for the 4th down is going to be the play call that the analytics like. Not always, but most of the time. And they push the right buttons again. And they were able to make every big play. That was a statement win for the Lions. On the flip side, now all of a sudden the Ravens are 1-2. And now that week 4 matchup, Ravens-Chiefs, it's a battle of 1-2 teams, which means that barring a tie, one of them is starting the season 1-3, which is a pretty gross start for when it comes to your playoff chances.
That is a gross start. If I told you right now, Baltimore and Kansas City in the playoffs, or one of them doesn't make it, what do you think's more likely?
Ask that one more time.
Both teams in the playoffs, or
one misses?
One misses.
I think at this point I'd say one misses. I worry about the Chiefs. Maybe that's dumb. Maybe I'll be on the wrong side. I've always kind of given the Chiefs the benefit of the doubt and trusted them. But when I was going through their schedule, that schedule looks tough right now, with the lack of skill players they have. They can't run the ball, and they ain't got any receivers getting open, and the defense ain't quite as good as it was, in the years before. Now, on the other hand, they've played 3 games against, 2 really good teams in the Chargers and the Eagles.
Well, yeah.
But I didn't think they looked very good against the Giants either. Like, I thought if Russell Wilson had any type of pulse that they would have, maybe lost that game.
I think Baltimore will beat Kansas City. I think I'm with you on being, worried about the Chiefs. I don't want to overreact to Baltimore losing. I mean, because they looked as good as Buffalo, or some would say even better in the first game they lost. I mean, yeah, their record's 1-2. But Detroit came in and punked them. I mean, you can't say anything other than that. But typically, that Baltimore team, they'll get it together. I mean, if anything, they're good in the regular season. They always are. And they've lost to 2 very good teams, one of which they pretty much dominated for 3.5 quarters.
They did, but at a certain point, you are what your record says you are.
Yeah, at a certain point, but I just feel like we're not at that point. You know what I mean?
Nope. But the Chiefs-Ravens game on Sunday, that's a big one. And I do think there's some things with the Ravens offensive line. The offensive line hasn't been great. They beat up on the Browns, but it didn't feel that impressive in the moment. They got they kind of ran away with it at the end there. It felt like.
I feel like we kind of had this same conversation a year ago about Baltimore.
Yeah, we did, because they find ways to lose games they shouldn't lose.
Yeah, but then as soon as you bet against them, they get up 42-13 on some team, and just absolutely blitz them at home. That didn't happen last night. They played a really good team, but I think also Baltimore has a couple of guys out on defense. Matabuke, big defensive lineman, and Kyle Van Noy. both out for them. So,
yeah, it was a 20-10 game with 5 minutes left in the third quarter against the Browns, and then they went on a 21-0 run to kind of blow that one open with a touchdown pass, and then a big fumble return for a touchdown. Then Hopkins, they got another turnover and immediately turned it into more points. Not saying they would have lost that game. I'm just saying I think the 41-17 kind of threw us off their scent. And look, I'm as guilty as anybody. I had the Ravens at the top of my power rankings the last 2 weeks. That's going to change here momentarily because, like, I've seen 2 of their 3 games. I watched Josh Allen light them up. I watched Jared Goff light them up, or more so, I watched the two-headed monster of Gibbs and Montgomery slice them up the middle. That Ravens defense doesn't feel quite at the level of an actual contender just yet. Now, they might figure stuff out. They might. And they got 2 off. Funny enough, like 2 teams that you probably would have looked at in the preseason as 2 of their toughest games now look like 2 of their best chances to get the defense right when you look at the Chiefs and their anemic offense and the Texans and their league leading worst offense, or their league dead last offense, I guess I should say, that they've scored the fewest points in the league. So, like, if you're the Ravens defense, it's funny, but the Chiefs and Texans might be some get-right opportunities for you. Maybe. Sam, Bubba, any takeaway from the game last night?
Yeah, I mean, I came out with it just very impressed by the Lions, and honestly, Aiden Hutchinson was a guy that I just did not expect to have had this much of an impact that fast coming off of that injury. I just thought it was going to take him kind of a while to kind of get going in a sense. But yeah, I mean, he just completely transforms that defensive line. And I do think when it comes to the Ravens, like I think they find themselves kind of getting stuck in between hey, do you just run the rock with Derrick Henry 20 times a game and rely on him, or do you kind of mix it up? And I don't know, as a Titans fan, I feel like there's been plenty of losses that I can think back on where maybe Henry doesn't get going at the very start of the game or something like that, and he kind of tapers off in the middle of the game, and he's just one of those guys that you got to keep feeding and get him into that 15 to 20 carries range, and you just know that it's going to kind of wear him thin. But thought Detroit did a really good job of mitigating those 2 and just kind of forcing their hand, because I do feel like Baltimore a little bit. I mean, they've got players on the outside. You obviously saw Mark Andrews pop last night, but like I don't think they have the elite guys on the outside that Detroit can go to with like an Amon-Ra or a Jameson Williams and people like that.
Yeah, Jameson Williams came out and caught 2 passes on the first drive. You're like, okay, I guess this is going to be a game where he is relied upon. Then I don't think he had another – I don't even know if he had another target after that. I guess he ended the game with 3, so maybe he got 1 target. But those are the only 2 catches he had. St. Brown just kind of disappeared for most of the game. I think he had 2 catches for like 4 yards heading into the last 30-second drive or not even that, 25-second drive at the end of the first half. He catches a nice 15-yarder, and then he gets going in the second half, and then all of a sudden is unguardable on a couple plays. They run that little trick play for him, then throw him a touchdown the very next play. Then the 4th and 1, he's there when they need him. Laporta, a couple of big third downs. The Lions went on 2 soul-snatching drives, though. And like that to me deserves celebration. A lot of times you'll see these offenses, and when you put up points, you're relying on, short fields, you're relying on turnovers, maybe some busted coverages. The 1 touchdown drive the Lions had in that second quarter was about as soul-snatching as it gets. It was like, a 10-minute drive where they started like on their 3-yard line?
18 plays, 98 yards, basically 11 minutes.
Yeah.
10:48.
Yeah. And just like I said, snatched that Ravens defense soul.
The reporters were like, Tate Ratledge got back to the sideline and he needed oxygen immediately, and he said that was the longest drive he's had in his career.
It's hard to be longer than 11 minutes. And how many plays you say? 19, 18?
14.
Oh.
No, 18. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I was looking at
how the hell they do 11 minutes and 14 plays. But yeah, that was awesome. And at that point, I think at that one moment, I was like, okay, that Lions offense is going to be just fine. Jared Goff, he had to deal with those stats about how he is without McVay and Ben Johnson after 1 week. Turns out Goff's going to be fine. Turns out they still got a lot of talent. That offensive line holding up, 0 sacks. Relax, as everyone says. Relax. Cody, how do you fix Derrick Henry's fumbling problems?
You got to hang on to the damn ball.
Simple as.
That's all you can say, really. I mean, it is as simple as.
All right, well, we'll do our power rankings, get Cody's MySpace top 8, and put a bow on the NFL week coming up after the break. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Track's batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them FanRun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high-speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Hey folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Yeah.
Back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. All right, Sam, cue up the power rankings music. Week 3 in the books. Hit it. Rankings. 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 All right, Cody, hit us with your MySpace top 8. How much movement do we have?
We have some movement. My top 8, there's only one new team. I've moved the Bucks out. Sorry, Tampa Bay. I know you won, but we got to make a place for the Lions here. A little preview. I think I've compiled the best top 8 ever. I think this is clearly the top 8.
Wow. Okay.
Bucks and Niners just missing the cut. They're both 3-0. I think they're both a little fraudulent. The injuries are piling up for the Niners as usual. And those teams are 3-0, but if you look at their games, I mean, they're really, really close games against some bad teams. So, number 8 for me, the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, I know they're 1-2. I know they just got absolutely punked on national television, but I'm taking them if they line up today against Tampa Bay or San Francisco. So that's my logic. They lost to 2 really good teams.
Huh. I was always told wins and losses matter.
Well, they do. They do, but you got to
3-0. 1-2.
Wins and losses do matter, but also you got to respect the fluidity. Number 7, the Indianapolis Colts. They are 3-0, and they look the part. 2 absolute beatdowns on the season of the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. Absolutely just hammered the Titans the other day. And they've got another nice close win over Denver. Not an easy team to go beat. I think Indy is the real deal in the AFC South. Number 6, the Detroit Lions. They move into the top 8 after beating down the Ravens last night. Now, you might say last night they looked like the best team in the NFL, but let's not overreact. Remember, this is the same team that got absolutely handled by the Packers in week 1, and that's why they can't be ahead of the Green Bay Packers, who come in at number 5. I don't punish the Packers too much for that loss to Cleveland. Like I said yesterday, I think that's a really tough spot to be in against the Cleveland Browns. You got a kind of a fluky ending to the game, and you got to bring it a little harder against the Browns. They did lose, but I still got them at 5. Number 4, the LA Chargers. I love what Harbaugh's doing. I think they're the best team in that division. However, they are not the best team in their city because I keep the LA Rams at number 3, just ahead of the Chargers. The Rams should probably be my number 1 team this week, but they got that kick blocked at the end. Should have beat the damn Eagles. Handled them for the majority of the game. I mean, they were up, 26-7 on the Eagles? Rams looked like the best team in football for a lot of that game, but you lose it at the end. I can't put you – I got to keep you at number 3. Number 2, Buffalo. They stay in the same spot. They're kind of just going through the motions right now. I don't know if they're truly the second best team in the NFL, but they're 3-0, and then the Eagles are 3-0, and I think those are the 2 strongest 3-0s. The Eagles, I have number 1.
You're going to tell me that's the best top 8, a perfect top 8?
Yep. It's the best top 8 that's ever been.
And give it to me one more time.
Ravens 8, Colts 7, Lions 6, Packers 5, Chargers 4, Rams 3, Bills 2, Eagles 1.
And that's the best 8 of all time.
That's right. It's the best top 8 I've ever done, in my humble opinion.
It's a tough task right now to rank these teams. My top 5 looks a lot different than it did last week. My top 5 looks a lot different than it did last week. I'm not going to criticize your 8 because I think my 5 is open for some criticism. So I'm not going to point fingers and have 4 pointing back at me. I got to be careful here. But my number 5 team, I went with the Green Bay Packers. I worry about their wide receivers. I worry about Jordan Love a little bit. I think he's been really good at the beginning of games. I think he's been really good in scripted drives. And then I worry about what happens after that. I got him at number 5. Defense is really solid. I think we jumped the gun crowning them as a true like Super Bowl favorite in the NFC. I think that's where we were at after 2 weeks with them. I think we need to pump the brakes a little bit, but I still got them at number 5. Number 4, I got the Rams. I think you said it pretty well. They looked like the best team in the league whenever they were up 26-7, but then they blew that lead, and the defense kind of fell apart and let Jalen Hurts start cooking, and I got to criticize them a little bit for that. But that two-headed monster of Byron Young and Jared Verse, that's nasty. That's a championship level front 7 there just by having those two guys there. And then you got the Landman out there patrolling. I don't know if he's actually any good, but he was making some plays the first 2 weeks I was watching.
Byron Young looks like an alien.
Young and Verse, yeah, they look like freaks. You let them off the bus first whenever they get to the stadium. They're scary-looking guys. And then on offense, like, again, the questions will remain about Stafford's health, long term. But I think Puka and Adams looking like the best 1-2 punch at receiver right now. Adams looks like he's got plenty left in the tank, and Puka, for my money, a top 5 wide receiver. And that doesn't mean he's number 5. I think he's a stud. Number 3, I went with Buffalo. At number 3. Another ho-hum win for them against the Dolphins. Didn't really impress me that much on Thursday night. I know they were down a couple pieces. It's a nasty Thursday night game. Not going to overreact for them winning, but I'm also not going to punish them for being sloppy. I keep them at number 3. This might be an overreaction, but I'm choosing to put the Lions back at number 2. I had them as my Super Bowl champion in the preseason. After week 1, I said, that was a mistake. Now, after 3 weeks, I'm like, hey, it could happen. That team looks well-rounded. The defensive improvements, the defensive acquisitions they made seems to have helped their defense. The getting healthy seems to have helped their defense. Aiden Hutchinson, back to kind of wrecking shop. I thought that was a really, really impressive performance against Lamar Jackson. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, still maybe the best 1-2 duo when it comes to running backs. I think Laporta and Amon-Ra and even Jameson Williams still an elite pass-catching unit. I know Jameson Williams maybe doesn't have the stats to kind of back that up, but I still think he's a really good talent. And I think St. Brown's about as reliable as it gets. And I think Laporta still a matchup problem in the middle of the field. I'll take Dan Campbell. That offensive line still holding up. I got them at number 2. I was really impressed with the way they played on the road against the Ravens. I'm willing to write off week number 1 against the Packers as a week 1 sometimes lies thing. I thought they were dominant against the Bears. I thought that offense was humming against the Ravens. Lions, number 2 for me. Number 1, it's not always pretty, man, but like, hey, they've won 19 of their last 20 games. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have won 19 of their last 20 games. And the one game they lost, he got knocked out in the first quarter. And they lost it by, I believe, 3 points. They blew like a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter against the Washington Commanders last year. It was something crazy like that. Maybe it was only like a 17-point lead, or it was 3 scores that they blew, and Jalen Hurts was hurt in the first quarter. That's the only game they've lost in their last 20 games.
Which game was that?
Against the Commanders last year in like November.
Yeah.
That's the only game the Eagles have lost.
Yeah, and then they got him back.
They got them back.
So,
but yeah, they've won 19 of their last 20.
Well, it sounds like our top 5 is pretty much the same. What was your issue with my top 5? We have 4 of the 5 same teams.
What order do you have them in?
I just have the Chargers at 4.
Yeah, you got the Chargers at 4. That's my problem with it.
Yeah, well, the Chargers are a good team.
Yeah, that's fine.
I still got your Lions. I know how much you love the Lions.
Yeah, where'd you have them? You had them at number 6, right? That's gross. That's wrong.
Oh, they're in my top 6.
Yeah, they should be in your top 2.
Well, we don't just excuse results here. I mean, they lost to the Packers.
Where'd you have the Ravens ranked?
They got absolutely dominated by the Packers.
Where did you have the Ravens ranked?
Not in my top 5.
Where'd you have them ranked?
Not in my top 5.
Top 7?
We're talking about top 5 here.
Well, then you don't have the Lions in the top 5.
No, but I got them at 6.
I thought we were talking about the top 5. Make up your mind.
It's not that much different than your team. And you have
Am I taking
you have
crazy
a big
pills?
issue with my team.
Did you not say we're talking about the top 5 and then just talk about the 6th ranked team in your list? You don't have the Lions in the top 5.
Well, now we're talking about the top 6. Before that, we were talking about the top 5.
Let's talk about the top 7 then.
Well, I have the Colts at 7.
Where do you have the Ravens?
We're not talking about where I have the Ravens. We're talking about the top 7.
Okay, well, where are the Ravens?
8th.
Let's talk about your top 8 then.
Okay, I have the Ravens at 8.
I thought results mattered. They're 1 and 2.
They do, but you got to respect the fluidity. Sometimes,
the big they beat Cleveland
context.
Browns. Great job.
There's
Ravens.
there's
beat
context.
The Cleveland
You
Browns.
got to understand the context. We believe the Ravens are a very good team.
I'm not so
yes,
sure.
They've lost 2 games.
I got to see more on the defense.
Part of it's the eye test.
Yeah, the eye test. The eye test for me is they blew that 4th quarter lead against the Bills, and they
also hung 40 on Buffalo though.
Yeah, sure, and then blew it. The defense can't stop anybody.
Well, if Derrick Henry will quit fumbling the damn football,
well, that's a part of it.
I think maybe they'll be all right.
They allowed Derrick Henry to get cold. They should have been feeding him. They should have been feeding him earlier in the game.
Well,
instead of letting Lamar drop back 30 times.
You write off the Ravens at your own risk.
I'm not necessarily writing them off, but I definitely ain't got them in my MySpace top 8 / top 5 power rankings.
Well, I'm just
right
saying, we had 4 of the 5 same teams in the top 5. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, your order's out of whack.
My order's perfect.
Give me your top 5 again.
Eagles, Bills, Rams, Chargers, Packers, and then the Lions at 6. The Packers beat the Lions.
I didn't ask for your top 6. Give me that one more time.
Eagles, Bills, Rams, Chargers, Packers.
Eagles, Bills, Rams, Chargers, Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chargers would get annihilated by the Lions. Lions and line up.
Well, we're not talking about hypotheticals.
Oh, okay.
And I think it depends on the day.
Okay.
It depends on the day. The Chargers play a physical brand of football, too. It's the NFL we're talking about here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, last night, the way the Lions played, I think they'd push around the Chargers. But that was last night. Who the Lions got next? Let's see how they respond.
It's a team that's won a lot of games over the last couple of years. It's a team that's responded pretty well.
Yeah. They're a good team. I mean, I think they'll be a good team.
Colts, Rams on Sunday.
Let's see the Lions against the Cleveland Browns.
Eagles, Bucks. Yeah, Lions get the Browns.
That's who they got next. Now, having them at home might be a little easier there, but that ain't a tough opponent to bounce back against.
I said I was worried about Jordan Love a little bit and those Packers wide receivers. Good news, boys. You get the Cowboys. You get the Cowboys on Sunday. I got to say, man, 47.5 seems pretty low for a Cowboys game. I know CeeDee Lamb's out. I know that Packers, defense is really good. So maybe the play is really just to take Green Bay and they're over. It'd probably be around, I guess, 27? Maybe just take Green Bay to score over 27. If I'm on the schedule, if I'm on a team and I'm looking at the schedule, we got the Cowboys. I'm feeling pretty damn good.
Yeah, they can't stop a cold.
Jordan Love is what we call a stat padding game on Sunday Night Football. That would be hell being a Cowboys fan right now, and knowing that your team is pretty bad, knowing your defense might be historically bad, and that you traded, maybe the best pass rusher in the league.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that great on paper.
But knowing that you're going to be on Sunday Night Football and all these national game of the weeks, you're going to be in primetime the whole damn year. You play on Thanksgiving and Christmas. There ain't going to be nowhere to hide if you're the Cowboys. Coming up next, Sunday Night Football against the Packers. Good luck. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. We'll talk some Bruce Pearl, some SEC basketball. Let's talk sports on FanRun Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. FanRun Radio.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball that scored points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. And I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bonowshouses.com.
Hungry for some mouth-watering barbecue? Then take the quick drive up I-75 to Rickard Ridge for some of the best barbecue you'll ever have. Fall off the bone, Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, and fresh hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has something for everyone. Located in Cove Lake State Park with a spectacular view of the Cumberland Mountains, Rickard Ridge. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Check out their full menu and catering options online at rickardridgebbq.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, FanRun Radio.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Kings guard Amon Shumpert tried to go into the Blazers locker room and start a fight.
Say something about the Kings guard?
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Yeah, I heard Kings guard. What were you saying?
Well, I mean, do you want the spoiler or?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No spoiler.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I said I watched some wrestling. I watched a couple episodes of Game of Thrones. I was talking about the Kings guard, and
I don't know. I heard Kingsguard and it made me think of Game of Thrones. What were you talking about?
When Jon Snow died.
Ah! Stop!
On 1340 WKGN.
Every time you're not paying attention, I come back with a Game of Thrones spoiler.
What kind of person spoils things for people who are in the middle of a season? It's like the most inhumane thing you can do as a person.
As a radio professional, the rudest thing you can do is not pay attention.
You said Kingsguard.
Yes, Kingsguard, Amon Shumpert.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the Sacramento Kings.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Dispatch of Headlines is brought to you by our watch party this Saturday afternoon, evening, mid-afternoon. What the hell do you call 4 o'clock? Afternoon?
Afternoon.
This Saturday afternoon at Barley's, courtesy of our friends over at Jameson. Come drink some Jameson. Come watch the Vols. It should be a good time, a good celebration. Hopefully a big Tennessee win. Make plans to come hang out with us at Barley's in the Old City. Cody, let's hit some headlines. What you got?
All right. Thanks, John. The Jimmy Kimmel Show is coming back. Set to return to ABC tonight. I know we're all excited for this. Should be appointment viewing tonight, as ABC has made the decision to bring back Kimmel.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if people tune in.
Are you going to tune in?
I'm not going to be up late enough to watch that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I need to be asleep by then.
Yeah, I'm not going to stay up to watch that. I assume the clip will go get posted online the next day. Sam, Bubba, you going to stay up and watch Jimmy Kimmel?
Never have. Why start now?
Never have, never will, says Sam.
I've got a doubleheader to play.
You'll be up then.
I mean, yeah, but I'll be on the diamond.
You ain't going to be on the diamond at 11:30?
I'll be in a parking lot.
At 11:30?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I'm sorry for asking.
NFL injury news. Nick Bosa is out for the season with a torn right ACL. This always happens to the Niners.
Yeah, they're 3-0 though. Somehow they keep pressing forward.
Falcons fired their wide receiver coach.
That'll fix it. That'll make Michael Penix good.
Jerry Jones says that IR is a consideration for CeeDee Lamb.
Big trade in the FanRun Fantasy Frenzy League last night. Yesterday, as Cody and William, two teams jockeying for position. Two teams jockeying for position right now. Our current last place team that has scored the fewest points in the league through 3 weeks to be 50 points behind. I guess 40 points behind seems kind of steep. Cody in ninth place right now. Congrats on your big win this week.
Thanks.
Way to get off the schneid. They completed a trade where Cody traded Justin Jefferson for CeeDee Lamb.
You know, everybody's making fun of me. Everybody wants to make fun of me, but I think it'll pay off in the second half of the season. The key is getting through these next 3 to 4 weeks.
Well, that's the problem. If you were 3-0,
yeah, but
if you were 3-0, I'd look at this and say it's actually a brilliant trade. I would be all in favor of it. But you're not 3-0. You're 1-2.
I hear you, but I think I got enough at receiver to hold up. I think if Keenan Allen continues playing as well as he is, I think if he keeps it up, and if A.J. Brown can keep getting the ball.
So the key to this is, how old is Keenan Allen at this point?
He's old, but you've been telling me, you write guys off so early. You told me, 2-3 years ago Keenan Allen was washed?
What did Keenan Allen do last year?
You told me like 2 or 3. He wasn't in L.A. He was in a different. He was
washed last year.
He had to come back home. He
had 700 yards last year.
He was in a strange place.
He was washed last year.
He was in a strange place.
I was right about Keenan Allen last year.
And you said this like 3 years ago, and he had a great year.
194 yards and 3 touchdowns so far for Keenan Allen. Let's pump the brakes.
He's on track for a good year.
He's doing solid so far.
He's the number 7 ranked fantasy wide receiver.
Do you want to bet? You want to bet that he finishes in the top 10?
No, but
where do you think he's going to finish?
We're not even talking about that.
Okay,
All
16 points,
where do we
14
think he's
points, and 16 points through 3 weeks is like a good flex.
It is if you can get touchdowns every week. Yeah. Do we think he's going to have 17 touchdowns in the season?
No,
Nobody's
but I mean
saying
he's had what, like 30 something targets basically in 3 games.
Yeah, but the touchdowns are the key there.
Targets, I think, are the key in fantasy.
Okay,
football.
well, where do you want to bet he finishes, Sam?
Nobody's talking.
No,
about
I'm not
Sam
betting
is.
about Keenan Allen being a top 10 wide receiver.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I'm asking, where do you think?
He might
Top
be
20?
serviceable for 3 weeks.
Top 20?
Top 25, yeah.
Okay, we can bet on that. He's not going to be a top 25 receiver by the end of the season.
If I can get anything out of DK Metcalf at a flex position,
He'll be a top 15, obviously.
you know, I got this Benson kid, and James Conner just went down for the year. I got Judkins; he's emerged. My team's improving. My team's going to have some life.
The Judkins pick did look pretty good last week, I will say. You know, I don't know if it was worth an eighth round pick or whatever it was.
I think I've at least got somebody I can put in for this damn Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah. No, you do. You
so.
do. The key, you know, you just need the Eagles to fall back behind 20 points every week, and then they'll throw the ball to A.J. Brown. Then it'll all be good as long as they fall behind 20 points every week.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen, but I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. You guys keep making fun of me. Get your licks in while you can, but I think Jefferson for Lamb is going to pay off. But, yeah, CeeDee Lamb could miss 3 to 4 weeks with a left high ankle sprain, suffered in the loss to the Bears. So we will see how it progresses with him. Other injury news, not in the NFL, but in the NBA, Fred VanVleet has a torn ACL.
It's a big loss for the Rockets. You know, that's their starting point guard. You know, there is a small possibility. There is a small possibility this could be a blessing in disguise. Small possibility. If I'm a Rockets fan, this is what I'm convincing myself, that getting him off the floor, because VanVleet is, you know, physically limited. He's not big. He's not able to really play good defense because of it. Sometimes he's a really good offensive player. Sometimes he kind of disappears there. If I could take him off the floor and just put more size out there, if Amen Thompson can actually go out there, they've been trying to train him. Amen Thompson.
Who is Amen Thompson?
One of the best, maybe one of the best young players in the league. Like maybe like a top 12 trade asset right now, top 15 trade asset right now. Guy's a stud. Maybe the best. You know, right now the trajectory, I think people think of him as maybe you know, the next Kawhi type of thing. Like he is a good player, and one of the Thompson twins. You know, he's heading into year 3. They were reportedly trying to get him on the ball more as a point guard to really try to unlock him. If that's the case, if he can handle it and you can get more size out there, it could be deadly for the Rockets in a good way. But yeah, I mean, I think they'd still rather have the option of having VanVleet out there. So it's tough for him, tough for them. And they're kind of maxed out. They can't even sign a player unless they trade somebody because they're over the second apron, or at least the first apron. I don't know how the hell those aprons work, really. But they've spent too much damn money. They can't even sign a player right now.
I need to get a new apron. Mine's gotten real dirty. It's got a lot of sauce all over it. I can't seem to get it clean in the washer. If you see a good apron, pick one up for me.
That's the hardest part of the ring.
The Padres have clinched
I would say the steel post is the hardest
bid.
part of the ring, Bubba.
Sorry, you don't understand, John.
No, I get it. I'm saying the steel post would be the hardest part of the ring.
I'm going to go with the turnbuckle when they remove the pad. The Padres have clinched a playoff bid with a walk-off win. big drama last night for San Diego.
Good for them.
Although, unfortunately, they still trailed the Dodgers. You know, this weekend is it for baseball. You excited for the end of baseball?
Actually, the Reds won 5 games in a row. They now have some chances to make the playoffs, and that will be enough to get me to watch.
They are 80-76.
They're tied with the Mets right now at 80-76. The Mets got 3 with the Cubs coming up, and the Reds got 3 with the Pirates, a team that's actually given them a lot of trouble over the last years. But surely to God, with all the pressure on and the vibe so high, 3 of them in Cincinnati, surely to God they could beat the damn Pirates. Is Paul Skeens still pitching?
Oh, yeah.
Have they shut him down yet, or is he still pitching? Why the hell is he still pitching? Give him a break. You don't need to pitch. Oh, damn Skeens. I forgot about Skeens. Oh, no.
So it's 6 teams from each.
Yeah.
With the new rule, it used to just be 5.
Skeens it used to just be 4.
So
Skeens versus Hunter Green on Wednesday is going to be cinema.
So the Padres and Cubs have made it. So there's only one spot left.
Yep, there's only one spot left.
So it'll be the Mets or it'll be the Reds or
Diamondbacks are only a game back.
Yeah, they're in contention too.
Yeah. Mets have lost 2 in a row. The Reds have won 5 in a row.
What makes this pretty exciting is for the AL how the Red Sox and the Yankees are positioned to match up against each other for the wild card spot.
Well, they wouldn't play each other, would they?
As of right now, they would.
The Blue Jays won the AL East.
The wild card teams play each other, Bubba?
Yeah, because the Guardians are set to face the Tigers as of right now, with the winner would playing Seattle, and then the winner of the Red Sox, Yankees
the first 2 teams get by. Okay, I got you.
play the Blue Jays.
I forgot the top 2 teams get a bye. I guess that makes sense because you got 6 teams. Okay.
Mariners, Astros, Tigers, Guardians.
Red Sox have been beat the Yankees' ass this year, though, right? Like, I mean, they got
Yeah, I think they've maybe won all but 2 games against them.
Yeah, I thought so. The Red Sox have punked them.
What happened to the Yankees?
Pitching.
Although they played better in the second half of the season because it looked like they might fall out, and now they're going to finish. At least right now they'll have home field in that series against the Red Sox.
Looks like nobody's going to win 100 games this year.
Not unless the Brewers go 6-0 down the stretch, or 5-1, I guess. That they are 95-62. Oh wait, that means they have to go 5-0. Yeah, they got to go 5-0.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only team that even has a chance.
The Phillies got 92 wins. Dodgers got 88. So should be a fun playoffs in baseball.
I wonder what the record is. I mean, non-strike, non-COVID season. I wonder what the record is for the lowest win total for the highest team in baseball.
There's probably a way to find an answer to that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
You could ask Gork. I'm sure he would know.
It just feels like,
Who? Gork.
Is it Gork or Grok?
It's Grok.
Okay.
Grok or Grok. You said Gork the other day, and I thought that sounded funnier.
When talking about that thing?
Yeah.
What the hell is I talking about Gork for?
I don't know, but now I'm calling him Gork. It's Grok, I think. Grok, whatever the hell that is. But hey, Grok, is it okay for me to put my shoes on one at a time? DJ Lagway, speaking of putting shoes on, he's back in a walking boot, so that's his shoe now.
I feel like that 50-50 proposition is now 70-30. I said last week that I thought it was a 50-50 chance that the Miami game was Lagway's last game as a Gator. Feels like that just went down, right?
Think he might just shut it all down.
I mean, you got to keep your red shirt, right?
I suppose you'd want to.
Yeah. Any other headlines?
Yeah, that's enough.
We'll dive into some SEC conversation on the other side. Stick with us as Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free FanRun app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, FanRun Radio, Knoxville.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wolko. Here at Knoxville Smiles, every smile is unique and every smile has a story. We would love to get to know you and help you smile brighter with confidence. If you've been looking for a dental home that treats you like more than just a set of teeth, we would love to welcome you to the family. Please give us a call at 865-539-1776 or visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the volunteer state. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
If I had 2 dozen.
Out at Auburn as he retires, steps down, transitions the program over to his son, Steven. Rumor popped up yesterday about the time we went off the air. The message boards were popping. Rumors were swirling, and you thought, really? Okay, it makes sense. Bruce Pearl's been hinting about, the finish line being in sight. Seems as if he has, decided either there are bigger things in life or just that his time is now. Maybe that bigger thing in life is just setting his son up for success, which was pretty funny when you saw the tweet going around of him criticizing Bronny James and LeBron James and agreeing with Stephen A. Smith's rant about nepotism. Preach, Stephen A., he said, as he then turns the job over to his unqualified son. Politics, a political future had been hinted at I think Trey Wallace came out and said that wasn't necessarily the case, to not necessarily count on that being the next step for Bruce.
If I was an Auburn fan, I'd be absolutely irate that his son is going to be our coach. Stephen Pearl. Stephen effing Pearl. Why? Why would that be our coach?
Okay, let me ask you. Let's try to be fair about this. If Rick Barnes took us to 2 Final Fours, would we allow him to announce his successor? Because I feel like we would.
He ain't got no boy.
I know, but would we allow him to say, hey, I want to pass this job over to this assistant coach?
Yeah, but Rick Barnes would never give it to his son.
He doesn't have a son that's coaching. So I'm just asking, if he said, hey, I want to give it to this assistant, my associate head coach that's been with me for these Final Fours, I want him to take over the program. He's young, he's energetic, he can be the coach for the next 20 years. Would we not most likely say, okay, that's fine, that Rick Barnes has earned that right, taking our program to new heights, that, the program he's built, the stability he's brought? Would we not all pretty much say as a fan base that he has earned the right to announce his successor?
No.
I think you know that we would.
Once you're done, you're done. What if I retire from radio today, I don't get to tell you who's going to sit in this seat. Like, when you're done, you're done.
Did you have that same energy with Holly Warlick? Because you were the biggest Holly Warlick fan I knew.
What are you talking about?
You loved Holly Warlick. You loved Holly Warlick.
I did not love Holly Warlick.
What are you talking about?
You
loved Holly.
Well, first of all, Pat Summitt is, God rest her soul, is a different level than Rick Barnes or Bruce Pearl. Let's make one thing clear.
Yes, she is, but
let's make that absolutely
clear. But the situation is similar.
It is a similar situation.
I don't think many people had a problem with giving it to Holly Warlick.
Yeah, but Holly Warlick was on the staff for years.
She had never been a head coach. Never been a head coach.
Well, she wasn't selling insurance before she got in.
Never been a head coach.
She had other jobs that weren't under her daddy. Stephen Pearl ain't ever done nothing but coach under his daddy. His daddy said, come on, boy, you can coach basketball. Okay, Dad, I'll stop with the real estate and I guess come coach with you. I got a whistle. I just bought one at Dollar Tree. I got me a whistle. I'm ready to go. He's never had another job outside of working for his dad, has he? Not that I'm aware of.
Not coaching wise, no.
Right. So no.
I think you're putting a lot of weight on Holly Warlick's 2-year stint at Virginia Tech in 81 to 83 and
maybe
at
so.
Nebraska 83 to 85.
So.
I think that's putting a lot of stock into that.
Those are real jobs. Those are real coaching jobs. I mean, nonetheless, we're talking about a totally different sport. These are apples and oranges, but
they're not. It's the idea of a legend, and Bruce Pearl is a legend at Auburn.
No, I'm standing firm. If Rick Barnes had a son who had never coached other than just working under him because of nepotism, I would not want that guy to be the head basketball coach at Tennessee. I mean, you're talking about an SEC head coaching job. The guy's only experience as an assistant is just working with his dad. Take your kid to work day, which they've done for multiple years now.
I think a lot of people probably would have been okay if Tyler had coached with Pat for a while, and then whenever she stepped down, she turned it over to Tyler. I think a lot of people would have been okay with that. Now, granted, he had to go cut his teeth somewhere and try to get a job, and of course that all backfired and out of coaching now. But the point is, I think legends a lot of times get the option of naming their successor. I think that happens.
Yeah, I feel like Bruce Pearl's not a legend.
He is at Auburn. 100% he is at Auburn. He's the best coach they've ever had by far.
Yeah.
So he's a legend at Auburn. I think he's a legend in modern college basketball. Just
a legend,
a legendary figure. Yeah, I mean, a legendary figure. He's one of the main characters of the last 20 years of basketball. 100%.
I mean, where do you rank him on your all-time coaches? To be a legend, you got to be a John Wooden, a Bob Knight.
He's top 10 of the last
a Rick
20 years.
Pitino.
He's top 10 of the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where I rank him in that top 10, but I mean,
I don't call Bruce Pearl a legend. I'm sorry.
For 9 years before he was hired, they were 131 and 151.
Well, yeah,
in the 9 years that he was there, they're 221 and 85.
Yeah, Auburn sucks.
and I do wonder what that would even look like if you took out like the first 3 years, because it took a while to get that rolling.
Yeah, Bruce Pearl's a very great basketball coach.
He's a legend at Auburn. Like, if you want to talk about a legend, like in terms of all of college basketball, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with that, even though I do think he's a top 10 coach and top 10 figure of the last 20 years. But at Auburn, he is their guy.
Well, yeah, they're never going to have anybody else that's going to take them to 2 Final Fours, especially now that they've hired Stephen Pearl and signed him to a 5-year contract.
I don't know if you can think of too many more coaches out there that have just completely transformed every single place that he's gone to. I mean, like, he even did it at Milwaukee before he went to Tennessee.
Bruce is a great basketball coach, for sure.
I think he's a legendary basketball coach personally, but
legendary. It's a big word.
Yeah.
I mean, he transformed the way people played modern college basketball.
Yeah, but don't you reserve legend for, like, where do you draw the line? Like, can he be a legend?
I mean, he's on the outside looking in, I would say, but like, I think you could make a case.
Rick Pitino, that's a legend.
You have to just win titles?
Yeah, you got to win titles.
Mark Few's not a legend?
No. To be a legend, I say to be a legend, yeah, you got to win titles.
Well, either way, Bruce Pearl ain't got no titles, but I don't think you can argue that he is a legend at Auburn, and that's really the point of the exercise, is that I think if Rick Barnes took us to some Final Fours, hell, he might not even have to take us to a Final Four.
What if Rick Barnes said he wanted Stephen Pearl to be our coach? You said he has earned the right to name his successor. So what if that was his successor? You going to say you wouldn't be up in arms?
First of all, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that I necessarily think that Rick Barnes has earned the right to name his successor. I'm not even saying that I think Bruce Pearl has, earned the right to name his successor. I don't like coaches trying to force their successor on. But I'm saying a lot of people disagree. A lot of people, especially in the fan base, if you're in it, would defend it if it was Rick Barnes.
What if it was Stephen Pearl?
Had Stephen Pearl been at Tennessee for the last, 8-9 years? Because I think that matters.
The point is just that he's earned the right to name a successor. That's what you said.
Well, no, I'm saying, I think it matters if you're at the school the entire time too, like long-term assistants, like a Holly Warwick, like we talked about. Like, I think if he named his lead guy that had been at Tennessee for the last 10 years and said, hey, I want him to take over, I think that's the comparison, not Stephen Pearl. Because, of course, it would be ludicrous for him to name Stephen Pearl, who he has no relationship to Stephen Pearl, and that Pearl hasn't been at Tennessee.
Well, I'm pretty sure most of the Auburn fan base is not saying they're okay with it. Like, I don't think most of the Auburn fans are subscribing to Coach Pearl's earned the right to name a successor.
Is that true? Because it's very, very limited, but there are a couple of Auburn people I follow online, and they're pretty pumped up for Stephen. They're sharing the picture of him dancing on the bar after winning and talking about how he was their best recruiter and how he does all the portal evaluations. And
Stephen
talked
Pearl.
about how apparently he's a defensive wizard. I know he took a couple of charges in Knoxville at Tennessee, but the Auburn fans I've seen, and I will acknowledge it's only a handful of people on the internet, but they're all pretty fired up about it. That could be cope. It could be cope. It could just be trying to be optimistic and find the positive in things. But I haven't seen Auburn fans melting down. Maybe you have. I haven't. Sam, you're friends with a couple of Auburn people. They were pretty down about it yesterday, right?
Yeah. I mean, they kind of just said, hey, I know he doesn't really have too much experience, but like he's been here with him for a while. So I think you just got to kind of trust him.
Well, you should.
Well, they're on my side then.
I just don't understand how you don't hire a real basketball coach.
Because Bruce Pearl's doing this in September. You can't hire a real basketball coach in September.
Well, no, that makes sense. Bruce kind of.
I mean, that was calculated from Bruce.
Oh, 1,000%. I think Bruce is obviously shrewd enough to know that if he retires in April, there's a greater chance than not that they'll actually have an interview process and find a different coach. That you give players, you give boosters. You give people time to start thinking of new ideas, either transferring out or going out and hiring a proven coach. Hey, we'll throw some money around and get somebody proven. Yeah, 100% is calculated. But
Auburn.
Again, like I think when you get to September, I think now that definitely plays a part, Cody, of Auburn fans that I see, talking themselves into it. If this was April, I think, it'd be a different conversation.
I think they've just become a joke of a basketball program overnight. I mean, they went from pearl to peril, way I see it.
Stephen Peril.
That's right. Pearl to peril.
And they might, please make it clear. Please jot it down. Please understand, I am not advocating for Stephen Pearl. I do not think it's going to be a success. I do not think he would have not been anywhere in the top 15 of a coaching hire for Auburn if his last name wasn't Pearl and his experience was at a different school. Now, I do think if he was a lead assistant, and they do call him the associate head coach, which, you can laugh at the title if you want, and it's funny. But, I do think an associate head coach at a place would get an interview and would have a chance to get a job. I don't think a lot of teams were lining up to hire him away. But also, I think that's probably because I think a lot of people knew that this was the ultimate succession plan. I think this is why you've seen Bruce Pearl not leave Auburn. When he was rumored to be linked to Indiana, to Louisville, when he was rumored to be linked to other schools, and he stayed at Auburn, I think it was because he knew that, hey, I can be a legend here. This is my school. I can run things here, and I can set my son up for success.
Bruce Pearl is a selfish SOB, wrote one fan. Another says Pearl's son is a 38-year-old who worked as a medical sales rep for years until he decided to take up coaching in 2017. Only coached under his dad. I'm sure it's the best hire for Auburn.
Yeah, that was a media member saying that, though, right? I don't think that was an Auburn fan saying that. But
it says a fan.
Either way, I think that I'm going to be consistent. I had no problems with LeBron James getting Bronny James a job. I got no problem with Bruce using his power. He turned Auburn from a laughingstock into a respected basketball program. I got no problem with Auburn giving him a chance. Do I think it's going to work? No. Do I think it was good news for Tennessee? Yes. Did the SEC just get easier? Yes, in my opinion.
Why didn't they just name him the interim instead of locking him into a 5-year deal?
I don't think the 5-year deal really matters. I know people are getting hung up on that. I'd like to see the buyout numbers on that. I'd like to see the salary numbers because I imagine they're not giving him a lot of money. I imagine he's not getting a lot of money.
Nobody else is going to try to hire him, so they shouldn't have to pay him much.
I imagine no one else is going to try to hire him. I imagine the buyout's pretty low, and I just think it's a sign of stability. Like, if you're going to turn him into the coach, you can't call him an interim coach because then you can't recruit. Then the young players on the team start looking around. I think you have to tell him he's the coach.
So it sounds like you're rooting for him.
I'm not. No. Why would you say that? I'm not rooting for him at all. I don't like him.
You don't like Stephen Pearl?
No. I've never had a pleasant interaction with him. I've never heard anybody say anything nice about him. He's been in Knoxville long enough. I know enough people that know him and have ran into him, and no one has ever said a nice word about him.
I know.
So, no, I'm not rooting for him at all.
Everyone says he's a real jerk.
I'm not rooting for him at all. At all. I'm rooting for his failure. I don't know how anything I said before that made you think I was rooting for him.
You just said you have no problem with Auburn hiring him.
I'm saying I got no problem with Auburn hiring him. Same way that, deep down, if Rick Barnes took Tennessee to 2 Final Fours, or even if Tennessee, even Rick Barnes, if he just coached the next 5 years here, he's got a lifetime contract. So, I don't even think Rick Barnes has to go to a Final Four to get Tennessee legend status.
If Rick Barnes told me my new coach was Stephen Pearl, Rick Barnes' legacy would be tarnished.
That's fine. But if Rick Barnes tells you that his lead assistant is the new coach after, 4 more years, I think we'd all look at that and say, okay.
If you want to spin it that way, sure. But this is not the same thing. Like that's one way to spin it. But this guy calling him his lead assistant, it's his son.
It's his associate head coach. I mean, you could get wrapped up in the last name if you want. I think you're looking at it the wrong way. You can't get past the fact it's his son.
Yeah, it's nepotism, nepo baby.
Well, that's fine.
That's what it is.
That's fun, and yeah, like
how often does that work?
Very rarely, I would say. Very rarely.
So then, as an Auburn fan, I wouldn't like it. I'd be mad.
Has it worked, Sam? Is there anybody that stands out to you? I mean, in terms of, you don't see it often, right? With a father being able to pass stuff down to his son at that place. It doesn't really work that way.
I mean, I know it's not father-son, and I know the timeline was different, but, like, I do think a lot of people gave Coach K kind of a hard time for that whole, like, retirement tour, but then they gave Shire, like, a year to kind of get set up, and, like, you could tell that there was, like, a clear plan kind of down the line. I think Bruce probably has the same thinking, like, hey, I know that Steven has the best interest of the program in mind, and I think he can kind of replicate what I was doing. To me, like, I feel like that one has worked out pretty well. I know that's not necessarily the same parameters, but
I think that one's actually really good. I mean, had John Shire, had he coached anywhere else?
No, I mean, he just been an assistant.
Right.
With Duke,
so, I mean, I think that's a really good.
He ended his playing career and just Coach K just took him on his staff as an assistant for a while.
What do you got to say about that, Cody? Sam just puts you in a locker.
Sam made it very clear. He said it twice that it's not really the same parameters.
It is the same parameters, though.
It's not at all.
It's just not blood.
It's not the same. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
It's a guy that had never coached before, though.
I'm talking about blood.
But it's the same thing. Like, Shire was never a coach before he went on Duke's staff.
Yeah.
Right.
Great
right.
comparison.
But that's because – no, it's not. It's because,
how is it not? It's the same thing.
Stop. It's because Shire was an actual great mind, and Coach K went out and found him, right? John Shire
he just played for the program and then ended his like he was not able to play professionally, and he just took him on his staff.
But Coach K recognized that he had a great mind.
Like, I don't think he got recruited for his mind.
Coach K would have never made him the coach if he didn't see all that potential in him, is what I'm saying. The likelihood of that versus your son just happens to have all that potential, that's why it's two different things. Like if Stephen Pearl, if I just see, it's one thing. So I got Stephen Pearl, I got my assistant on my staff, and then I got some young prodigy over here, but I'm going to give the job to my son.
No, your whole thing was that he had never had any coaching experience other than with his dad. John Shire has zero coaching experience.
How do you not see the difference in this? John Shire may not have had coaching experience. There's a lot of great coaches that didn't have coaching experience who then they got found out, and clearly their potential was there. And Coach K saw that, and he said, that's our guy. There's a lot of guys like that in history.
How do you know Stephen Pearl's not that guy?
Because it's just his son. That's the thing about it. Like, the likelihood of him being some young prodigy is not high.
So is he disqualified?
It's not the same thing.
So you're disqualifying him because he's Bruce Pearl's son?
No, I'm saying it's less likely that he's some prodigy like John Shire was.
Okay, but what if he is?
It's more likely that Pearl just said, that's my boy, we're giving him the job.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
But what if he is actually good? Like, what if he is actually good? He's been coaching there for a while.
Then I guess I'll be wrong.
I'm just not saying it's impossible.
Yeah, but
that he is good. Like, your problem was that he had no coaching experience other than Auburn. John Shire had no coaching experience other than under Coach K.
Yeah, but if Auburn had hired John Shire, I think we'd be looking at it differently.
I don't think. I mean, what do you mean? Like, I think you're saying we would have looked at Auburn as hiring him as a mistake, or what?
Duke didn't look at the John Shire hire the same way that Auburn fans are looking at the Stephen Pearl.
I mean, don't you think a program like Duke had the ability to say, like, hey, I could go out and get whatever coach I wanted, but Coach K was like, I want an assistant on my staff.
Yeah, I'm handpicking. I'm handpicking my guy. This golden child that I've coached that probably looks at him almost like a son, and hand chooses him. I don't see the difference. That
probably looks at him like a son.
You hear coaches say that all the time about players they coach.
Stretch.
No, I don't think it is at all.
Of a stretch there.
You take him in, you mentor him, and you bring him in, and you have him since he's 18 years old. I don't think it's a stretch at all.
Did John Shire call Coach K daddy?
I'm sure there's quotes about how he's a father figure in his life. I'm sure you could find some.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. A bit of a stretch there.
I don't think it is at all.
These are two different things, in my opinion. I think they're two totally different things. Just because neither one of them had prior coaching experience, like, to me, that's still Coach K finding a guy who had some potential. For Pearl, it seems like a much easier thing to just say, that's my son. Let's put him in there.
So you think Bruce Pearl does not think Stephen Pearl has potential?
I'm sure Bruce Pearl does think that his son has potential because it's his son, and he probably wants his son to be successful, and he's hopeful for the best.
So how's that not the same thing as John Shire? I'm just hoping that somebody has potential.
Because John Shire wasn't created from Coach K's testicles, and so here's what happens: the sperm are in the testicles. And a man has sex with a woman, and the sperm goes into the egg, and then there's an embryo, and it creates a fetus, which becomes a baby. And you call that your son when it's born. If it's male, you say, that's my son. And Coach K and John Shire didn't go through that same process.
Yet your problem is that he had no coaching experience other than at the school, which is the same as John Shire.
Same thing. I don't see how you don't see the difference.
I think you're disqualifying him as if
thing.
Yeah, I get it, but your ultimate point is that he can't be good because he's his son, and I just think that's short-sighted.
I never said he can't be good.
You're laughing at it and says he can't be good.
Low.
Why?
The likelihood is low.
Why?
Because what do you not understand?
What made John Shire better than Stephen Pearl?
He had the abilities to be a good coach.
How do you know? How do you know Stephen Pearl doesn't?
I didn't know. Coach K knew.
Right, but you're automatically disqualifying Stephen Pearl.
I'm not disqualifying. I'm not saying it's 100% he's going to be a failure. I think I'm saying it's called likelihood. I'm saying it's much more likely he's going to be a failure.
I'm asking how you're getting there. What is the logic there? Because he was
never a coach. He never
neither was John Shire,
and he never trained to be a coach.
Neither was John Shire.
That doesn't it. You don't get it. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Just because neither of them had coaching experience doesn't make them equals.
How? How does it not?
It doesn't make them equals.
They did the same. They're doing the same job at different schools.
They're different intelligence levels.
Okay.
Not that it means
Sam and Bubba, neither one of them
2 points a game.
Sam and Bubba, neither one of them have experience being a nuclear physicist, but one of them might be more inclined to be one than the other one.
Do you think it'd be the
3,034?
We're not all equal for every field we're in.
Do you think? Okay, let's go with that.
Jesus Christ!
Let's take two kids.
I know nothing about being a fireman.
Let's take two kids.
No, let's take me and Sam. Sam's in better physical condition than I am.
Right,
let's both be a fireman, Sam. We're going to both be a fireman. Here's the deal. I'm me, you're you, but my dad's a fireman, okay? Now, you're in better physical condition. You got all the attributes that are better than me, but he's my dad, so I'm going to get the fireman job
The physical attributes and the stamina play into that, though. Let's go back to the physicist side.
You are so dense.
Two random people. Do you think the guy whose dad was the nuclear physics or the random person whose dad wasn't a coach?
Same example. You just didn't listen to it.
No, you're talking. No, you don't. It's not the same example because you're fat and can't be a fireman. Sam's in shape and can be a fireman. The physical ability matters in that situation. Bubba,
well, now we're talking mental ability, physical, mental, whatever.
Well, yeah, exactly. Do you not think the guy who's grew up in it, whose dad was a coach, might have a chance to be good at it?
No.
And why's that? Because you don't like him?
I think it has nothing to do with what your dad does.
Doug Gottlieb.
Just because your dad does it doesn't mean you can do it. Yeah, Doug Gottlieb, great example. Very successful.
And Doug Gottlieb's dad, I mean, was as good as Bruce Pearl, or what are we saying?
Being Bruce Pearl's
I don't know.
son,
it's before my time.
I don't know. I mean, you brought him up. I'm asking why you brought him up.
Being Bruce Pearl's son does not mean you have the makings of a coach.
Before.
It doesn't mean that you don't either.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah, nothing's 100%.
That's what you're getting.
If that's your argument, is that nothing is 100%, then way to go. You win.
I just don't understand what made John Shire
I really doubt I'll get struck by lightning tomorrow, but I might.
Sometimes I wonder what just rattles around in that brain of yours up there, and the fact that you think that you're making good points.
Yeah,
with the fireman thing. I'd like to know what rattles around it.
I think history will prove that I'll be right. You'll be wrong.
I'm not rooting for Stephen Pearl. I'm not even basing. I don't even think he necessarily will be good. I'm just not disqualifying it. That's all I'm saying.
Sounds like you're doing some real PR work.
I think what Sam said about John Shire, I think that was a really good comparison, Sam. I think
not
it's a similar situation.
And I can't help it that you two can't see that it's not the same thing. I'm not saying, Sam, necessarily that you can't see it. He's the one that's, him. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's not the same thing. It's very clearly not the same thing. And I don't know how many times I can say it that you won't understand it. So clearly we're at an impasse here.
Yeah. Something about firemen and
well,
that.
if you could comprehend things, maybe,
the fireman thing, that was my fault.
Well, I'm sorry. I had to try to reach deep in my bag to pull out an example because you couldn't get it the first 18 times. So maybe the fireman analogy wasn't the best analogy. But if
that's on me for not being able to understand
help it. I can't hold your hand and babysit you to understanding these things.
Yeah.
I can't walk you. You can lead a horse to the pond, but you can't necessarily make him drink the nepotism water.
Yeah. Sam, send us to break. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Knoxville, get ready. The big sports show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at bigsportshow.com. That's bigsportshow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Halls High School's Dom Culp. The senior linebacker led the Red Devils to their first win of the season last week, 38-24 over William Blunt. Culp finished with 13 total tackles, including a sack, and also had one interception as Halls improved to 1-3 on the season. Halls High School's Dom Culp, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Were there any big movements when it came to the future odds or anything when it came to this basketball announcement? Did Auburn go in the tank? Are they still kind of sitting up there in terms of NCAA championship odds?
Sam, do you have any clue where they were at before the announcement?
No idea, but I can look it up.
I see now that they are plus 4,500, so that feels like it went down a little bit at least. But I do not remember where they were at beforehand. They've gone down to 12-1 to win the SEC. That's sixth best in the conference. But I feel like they were a little bit lower in the preseason top 25s than they had been the last couple of years. Is that remembering correctly?
You said they were what?
Sixth in the SEC and down in like a 20 or so when it came to the championship odds.
I'm looking at some article on July 28th. They were plus 2,500.
Okay. So
plus
a little
1,800 when it opened as well.
Okay, so a little bit of a hit there. I'm looking at just the ESPN's way too early top 25. They had them at 14th in the country.
Sounds about right.
With what, 1, 2, 3 SEC teams ahead of them. So it does feel like they have dropped a bit in terms of standing.
Who was ahead besides Kentucky and Florida? Who was ahead of them?
In the top, this was August 5th. Whenever I guess they refreshed it. You said it was Florida,
Kentucky,
and Arkansas.
Arkansas, okay.
Yeah. Arkansas. And they had Auburn down at 14th. Just ahead of Alabama. And so stupid. Tennessee all the way down at 23rd. This seems really dumb. So I do think when you look at the updated odds, I mean, like Tennessee has moved up in the pecking order a bit, although still not getting enough respect as far as I'm concerned. I don't think anybody thinks that Auburn will be better this year without Bruce Pearl. So it's a big loss in that regard. We'll see where it ends up. The freaks over in the chat have said both that I did not take a side there and also that I have, quote, pearl juice on my chin. So I don't understand how I had pearl juice on my chin while also
you need
not
to wipe it off there, John. It's dripping down.
while also not taking a side. I don't understand how those two things happen.
Let's say Sam and I both want to be a basketball
Let's see if you can figure this one out. Let's hear. Okay,
Let's say we both want to
try
be a
again.
basketball coach.
Yeah, let's see if it came up with over 4 minutes. Let's see.
Sam and I both want to be a basketball coach, but Sam is, more determined than I am because he's got more to prove, whereas I've been given everything my whole life and I've just been handed every opportunity. And otherwise, maybe we're close to the same, although maybe not, because I just went to regular old school, whereas Sam went to Duke, and he's a little more intelligent than I am. Who do you think would be more likely?
That point, you went to Duke, which kind of, to me, unravels your whole. I had to grow up working.
So you're saying everyone who goes so everyone who goes to Duke is overprivileged and doesn't work hard? They don't work hard, is that what you're saying?
I would say in most instances, the kids at Duke, they've had some head starts in life.
Let's say Sam's just very intelligent, which is why he was able to go to Duke.
I'd say most of the kids grew up, with pretty privileged if you went to Duke. I would say on average.
Okay, well, we don't know how John Shire grew up. We don't know that background. I mean, I've tried to look at his Wikipedia, but I'm not seeing.
He was like a Chicago suburbs kid,
so regular kid. Born in Northbrook, Illinois.
Parents were doctors.
His father was Jewish.
Parents were doctors.
Okay, his father was Jewish.
I'm sure he got it out of the mud.
Okay, so. But if we didn't know about that background, he's probably very intelligent.
And the one had his education handed to him because his dad was a coach.
I just don't understand why the dad being a coach is necessarily a bad thing. Like that to me makes me think that he would be
Nepo.
I mean, sometimes Nepo doesn't work. Sometimes Nepo does work. Like
John Shire, actually,
divert.
Hey, Steph Curry grew up around basketball. Oh, he's not going to be any good. He's only getting these opportunities because his dad's a player.
Let's give him the job.
I mean, like sometimes growing up around stuff makes you better at it. It gives you a better understanding of it.
Does it?
It's what we think about some people.
Not to divert from the argument, but there is an electric YouTube video of high school basketball. John Shire, he scored 21 points in 75 seconds in a game.
He could play.
A lot better than Stephen Pearl.
President of MCS Industries is what Jim Shire does. I don't know what MCS Industries is, but the president of the company. So yeah, John Shire, definitely came out of the mud. Definitely grew up working really hard to change his circumstance. Great analogy. I'm glad I'm glad you took a 5-minute commercial break to come back with that.
You don't know what
Guns
his intelligence level is. You don't know. You're acting like everyone who goes to Duke is just automatically privileged.
Guns a-blazing, he came back.
It appears that, if you say it again, maybe it'll stick. It appears that John Shire did have some privilege growing up, but that doesn't necessarily mean he wasn't intelligent enough to go to Duke.
Okay. I'm going to guess he did.
Well, he still had to earn his way at Duke. He wasn't just handed it.
The earning his way at Duke has probably had more to do with what Sam said with how many points? 21 points in 75 seconds. I'd say that got his foot in the door. You could argue that if John Shire wasn't good at basketball, he wouldn't have had this opportunity. Like, you could argue that if he couldn't ball, he wouldn't be in coaching at all. You could argue. So
well,
really,
like he brought something.
So really, like the blessing. So really, like the earned opportunity. You could argue comes from his basketball ability,
which you could.
So maybe he's even less qualified.
See if you could be louder.
Maybe he's even less qualified than Stephen Pearl.
You could say that at least he did something basketball related. At least he put something out there instead of just coming out of Coach K's balls. He earned it on the court.
That fifth time, you really got to hit that time. You good job. You really landed.
I think people that understand anything know that I'm right.
No, I think people don't like Stephen Pearl, and I don't like Stephen Pearl either. So I think it's a very hard stance to be arguing, well, actually, this isn't going to be a train wreck because he is so insufferable, and I think people want him to fail, and I am in that group of wanting him to fail. I'm just trying to look at it from maybe he actually has a chance here.
He doesn't.
And really, like, ultimately, like, hey, maybe Bruce Pearl has earned the right to announce who his successor is because he's built that program. That's all I was saying.
Well, all I'm saying is it's a guaranteed proposition that he fails, is what I'm saying.
Well, just 5 minutes ago, you said it wasn't a guarantee that he couldn't be good. So you can't keep your story straight.
I didn't say that.
You said it's not 100%. Yeah, you literally did. You literally did.
Did I just 5 seconds ago? Did I just say 100%?
You said you guaranteed it.
Right.
A guarantee is 100%.
Not the same. No, it's not.
A guarantee and 100%, same thing.
Nope.
When you guarantee something's going to happen, it means it's 100% going to happen.
You're just trying to put words.
You don't understand how words work.
Yeah,
hour 2 in the
do.
books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. We'll play some trivia. Let's talk sports on FanRun Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. FanRun Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Believe in family. Believe in your fellow man. Believe in honesty and an honest day's work. We do. We're Farm Bureau Insurance. And we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee's insurance company.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance for Tennesseans. Believe in me for all of your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10.
Nathan writes in, talking about basketball in the heart of football season. I mean, that's a pretty damn big story yesterday. If you can't have a little Bruce Pearl talk whenever he retires.
Yeah, it's not like we're talking about the damn Sacramento Kings.
That's a pretty big deal that Bruce Pearl resigned.
Yeah, former Tennessee basketball coach. Why don't you come do the show, Nathan? Why don't you come in here and do it? You knows what's newsworthy.
Former Tennessee basketball player, a head coach. I mean, that is noteworthy. That is newsworthy.
I mean, I get the sentiment because I'm also very footballed up. But, you know, I mean, hey, we had Monday Night Football. That's over. It's Tuesday.
Good pitchers always have an off-speed pitch.
There's no games tonight.
I mean, you just got to have, the ability to talk about the biggest sports story in the world, or at least in America yesterday. I mean, that was the biggest sports story. I mean, Monday Night Football maybe trumped it or whatever. We talked about it too. What the hell do you want? Mississippi State. Hey, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Did I miss anything else from last night football related?
We have gone 2 hours without talking Vol football, but, sometimes
there ain't nothing to talk about today.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes
nothing happens.
Sometimes it works out that way. I mean,
I'm not going to force feed it to you. I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum the last 2 months. I've given you more Tennessee football coverage than I've ever given. Sorry, Nathan. That yelling wasn't meant for you. Although I do think, again, that story is worth talking about. And by the way, we are an everything school, and we do care about our basketball here. And the SEC was affected yesterday.
Is that the Nathan I know or somebody else?
It's not our mutual friend, Nathan, if that's who you're referring to. I don't know if you know any other Nathans or not, but
no,
it's not him.
It's not Philadelphia Nathan?
No, not him. He wouldn't do that. He might text it to us. He wouldn't tweet at us about it. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines.
All right. Thanks, John. Michigan High School took disciplinary action, decisive action after a disturbing play, according to their athletics organization. Did you see this video where this big, huge offensive lineman frog splashed this kid?
It looked like Mark Henry. It looked like Mark Henry giving the big splash to somebody out in the ring. Like it looked really gross. Now, if we confirm that this guy got his spine broken, is that true?
Oh, yeah.
The back is broken?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a broken spine.
Now, like to the point where he's like going to be paralyzed, or
look,
do we know if that's the case? Or
I think everybody's calling it. I don't know. I feel like everybody's calling it a gross, disturbing video, but I feel like that's because we know that the kid got his spine severed.
100%.
Like, had he not, I feel like it'd be a funny video. just watching the big offensive lineman pancake the kid and then jump back on him. Like, had that kid not gotten hurt, everybody would be like, "Oh, look at this guy! It's funny."
Yeah, no, I think that is accurate.
Does it change your tune if it's a JV game also?
No.
I mean, he obviously hit.
It changes my mind if the kid's paralyzed. Is the kid paralyzed?
Or his mother said he suffered 2 broken vertebrae in his lower spine. He's lucky he'll be able to walk again.
Okay, so like
treated for 2 fractures in his spine and placed on muscle relaxers once he was released.
Okay, I mean, like I'm not an expert when it comes to the medical field. I know you got a lot of vertebrae in your back. Like if they're saying he's he's put on muscle relaxers. That doesn't sound like that drastic of an injury. Like broken spine and like, hey, take some muscle relaxers. That's not really adding up. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of things in your back you could hurt that like you could maybe fix down the line, but it's not like he's in a wheelchair right now, right? Like he's just kind of laid up on some muscle relaxers and trying to like heal.
Yeah, he's definitely hurt. Two broken vertebrae, but like it appears he's not going to be paralyzed.
Not downplaying it. It would suck if it was my kid. I'd be irate. Cody's right, though. If he didn't break his back and they're calling it, a broken spine, which seems extreme. When I think broken spine, I think paralyzed.
It's just kind of a freak angle. He shouldn't have done it. Like I'm not saying that the guy who frog splashed him should have done that. He shouldn't have. But like the intention of breaking the kid's back, I don't think. You know what I mean? I don't think he did it with the intention of breaking the kid's back.
If the kid wasn't on his side, it wouldn't have broken his back. Also, not a frog splash, just a big splash. There was no frog movement. You got to kind of get the hands, the arms going underneath to really be a frog
Van
splash.
Dam.
Yeah. It was just more of a Mark Henry big splash. Like I said, he just jumped on him, which is wild. The fact it's in a JV game, Sam, you asked if that made it different. I think that to me changes the fact that it's probably like freshmen, and that sucks for like a 14-year-old to break his back. Like that's tough. I mean, you could see the size. That big old boy shouldn't have been playing JV ball. Like, I'm sorry, when you're that size, you shouldn't be playing JV ball. You should be playing against the big boys, in my opinion.
Danny White announces Tennessee has sold out the Arkansas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico State ticket allotments for the remaining games.
Basically every game except Vandy, correct?
Yeah, still limited tickets available for Vandy.
Surprising with it being a top 25 matchup right now. I know that it's Thanksgiving week. It's always Thanksgiving weekend, people out of town, people traveling, all that stuff. But I'm still surprised that there's tickets left for that.
I've only been to a Tennessee Vandy game one time, and I've never been to a game in Nashville for a Tennessee Vandy just because it's always Thanksgiving.
That is
home.
The same for me. I went to a Tennessee Vandy game in 97. I believe it was 97. Was that when Peyton led the band? Would that have been 97?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I watched that. I was there for that one, and that's the only Tennessee Vanderbilt game I've ever been to.
And I think the one I went to 2013, and I want to say that wasn't Thanksgiving week for some reason.
Yeah, I think we switched places with Kentucky for a little while. I think Kentucky was Thanksgiving weekend at that point.
Yeah.
I live in Nashville, and I've never even gone to one.
You haven't been to one, period?
It's just Thanksgiving time. That's always weird.
That and also like that and either also it's like supposed to be a beatdown or we suck and I don't want to go. I probably would have gone to the one in 2016 had I not just been so distraught from the South Carolina loss. I'm glad I didn't go to that one. But yeah, no, I've only been to one Tennessee Vanderbilt game, and I don't plan on adding this year to the repertoire. I don't plan on it.
Sounds like a lot of people probably share that sentiment. Vol baseball getting ready to play inter-squad scrimmages in Chattanooga and Nashville next month.
Yeah, I think tickets go on sale today. They're selling tickets to that. I've been getting Ticketmaster notifications.
Have you ever wanted to go to one of these kind of things?
No, I don't think so.
They'll play at the Sounds ballpark in Nashville, and then the Chattanooga Lookouts, the minor league fields.
I get to go to the real games here in town, so like I feel like it's tough to go from real games to just like inter-squad scrimmages. I don't know what they do at these. Are they out there doing
Savannah Banana stuff. I mean, I know they're not doing like that, but like, are they out there like having fun, interacting, doing some home run derby stuff? Are they doing like any type of personality stuff? Or are they just straight up playing a game?
That's like the competition. Like that's like fall camp for football, basically.
Okay.
That's like getting the pecking order of like rotations and who's hot, who's not type of thing.
I didn't know if they took a break and did some stuff though and interacted and did some like, hey, like,
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. Like, hey, we know it's like a fan event. We're selling tickets. So we also want to give you some type of something unique, like maybe a home run derby afterwards. Maybe I'm sure the warm up, the batting practice maybe a little bit looser. Although
It's probably
I don't know.
more of like a stick around after, and like we'll make sure all our guys sign autographs and take pictures. And
Fair enough. Yeah, I've never been to one. I haven't really had any interest in it.
I know that they're trying to do them in different cities, but I also feel like it's maybe a little bit of a miss to not do it at the new Smokies Park. Just get some more people into the building.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that. I'm kind of surprised. I know Tony wasn't thrilled about the push for the new stadium and them trying to basically. It seemed like at one time they're like, yeah, we're going to play a lot of Tennessee stuff here too. And Tony's like, nope, we're not doing that. We're getting a new stadium here. We're going to, we want to be on campus. It kind of set the tone that like they want to be separate from that Smoky Stadium. But I 100% thought they would be doing exhibitions and stuff like that here. But instead they're doing what? Chattanooga and Nashville. Are they doing anything on the west side? Are they even messing with that at all? They're not going.
Nope.
I feel like they went to Jackson a couple of times. Did they not? Did they not do that the last couple of years? I thought they did some West Tennessee stuff. Now maybe, Sam, they could still do something at Smoky Stadium in like February. Do they do anything in February? Like, do we do another one of these before the actual start of the season?
They got a Kansas concert coming up soon.
Smoky Stadium does?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if they do anything in like February to kick off the season with anything. I can't remember if they do that or not. I feel like they have a couple more scrimmages, but maybe close to the public.
Speaking of concerts, do you see where the Alabama band is coming to Thompson Bowling?
I know Thompson Bowling can shut off a good portion of their seats, but like it's still surprising that they're in TBA, right? At this point,
Alabama, yeah, it is.
Like I know they can shut it down, and only have like 6,000 people out there, but 6,000 still seems like 4,000 too many for Alabama at this point.
I kind of want to see them though.
They got some bops.
Oh hell yeah!
Now whether or not they can still play them,
Dixieland Delight's going to hit.
Yeah, that's probably why they're getting to do Thompson Bowling Arena at the Food City Centers, because they can come there and sing Dixieland Delight.
Mike Gundy vows that he's staying put at Oklahoma State.
As he's not going to resign, or that he's not getting fired?
Well, let's see. Also, the ACC okays 9 league games. That was announced yesterday. ACC going to a 9-game schedule. Mike Gundy says 100% when asked if he intended to remain at Oklahoma State. So, yeah, more so about him doing something different. He addressed what he called fair questions. I'm under contract here for, I think, 3.5 years. When I was hired to take the job, ever since that day, I've put my heart and soul into this, and I'll continue to do that until at some point, if I say I don't want to do it, or if somebody else says we don't want you to do it. So he's not saying he's not going to get fired.
Right. He's just saying he ain't quitting.
He said 100% he intends to remain the coach.
You're going to have to kill me!
Well, speaking of death, Sean Clark has died at age 50. The UCF assistant and former App State coach recently suffered a medical emergency. Remember this guy? He coached his alma mater for 5 full seasons and most recently joined Scott Frost's staff at UCF. The old Appalachian State coach died nearly 2 weeks after suffering a medical emergency. Sad news there. Also, we're going to get the schedule tonight. Tennessee will find out. Tennessee football going to find out our conference opponents, all conference opponents for the next 4 years. We'll find out the schedules tonight. A report came out yesterday from Ryan Shumpert, who said that Danny White had said Tennessee will play 5 SEC home games next year. So you'll have these unbalanced schedules, with the 9 games. Some years you play 5, some you play 4 at home.
I know the drive, and Russell were talking about it yesterday about Auburn.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I looked up. I mean, I was online. I saw some of the stuff. It really just came from one guy. Now, this one guy might know. He might work in the ticket office at Auburn. He might know, but I think Russ was kind of just running with that, with some rumors that a guy had put out, which
That's not like Russ.
it might end up being the case. Maybe we end up with Auburn on the schedule, but I don't know how they're going to do it, if they're going to prioritize, like, for this upcoming year, matchups that you haven't seen in a while or that you haven't seen, recently. Because, like, Auburn would check that box, right, in terms of Tennessee and Auburn. They haven't played. When's the last time they played? Was it the Pruitt year?
2020. We played them in COVID year. 2020.
Okay, I don't remember anything about COVID other than getting our ass beat by Georgia and Kentucky. And
they beat us in 2020, if I recall.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Was it here? Yeah.
No.
It had to have been, because we went on the road and beat them, right? And
for some reason, I feel like it was 17? On the road, but let me look. 2020 Tennessee football.
Come on, what was the score, big guy?
I don't remember the score, but I know we played them. It was at Auburn. We lost 30-17.
Okay.
I was very checked out at that point in time, but
yeah, I got to be honest, I don't remember that game at all.
Well, it was COVID, so.
And we sucked. Eric Gray ran for 173 yards, though. Good game for him.
I'll be damned.
Eric Gray, that is a name that I haven't thought of in a long time. Wow.
He went to Oklahoma.
Yeah, he did. Eric Gray and Todd Chandler. Look at that.
File that under, like, that boy be nice in the Heupel system.
I don't remember anything about him, but ran for 173 yards. So, yeah, I mean, I think any running back would be nice in Heupel's system, it feels like.
Also, a quote from a man who recently won half of the $1.8 billion Powerball jackpot after claiming his prize.
It really sucks that I had to split it.
You always wonder what you'd do. Everybody always says, what would you do if you won? This guy says, I'm just going to do me for a year.
It's a good answer.
Yep.
He can probably do it for more than a year, but I guess that's just where he's starting.
He can probably do him for the rest of his life, yeah.
That'd be so cool.
He was in Missouri.
Just lay low. Just vibe.
He's looking forward to.
Hey, boss, I ain't going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, boss, I want to take a couple weeks off.
He said he's looking forward to relaxing and spending time with his wife, though he added with a laugh that she was going to drag me out of town now. She's going to want to travel. Sounds like he's not too keen on traveling. I'm a millionaire, a multimillionaire, and I'm out here doing laundry last night.
He already feels trapped. This money's already ruined his life. The expectation sounds like he just wants to chill on the couch and hang out. Like it's kind of what I feel like I'd do if I won the lottery. Just be all right. Well, ain't got to worry about certain things, but still gonna just kind of chill and do me.
I mean, you still got to do your laundry. I mean, I guess you don't have to. You could take it to somebody to do it, but some things, like you just kind of. I'd probably at least get a washer and dryer so I didn't have to go to the laundromat. He says it's the best problem he's ever had.
I would like to go back and watch those first two COVID games. That South Carolina game, I remember, like we were in a little bit of trouble. Then we got was a muff punt, right? Didn't they muff a punt that set us up to kind of take over that game, if I remember correctly? But then we kind of beat the hell out of Missouri. And then that first half against Georgia, we went to there at halftime, right? Like we were winning at halftime. We went to halftime winning.
Yeah, it all fell apart when you threw those 2 picks against Kentucky.
I'd like to know like how the hell did it get so bad? You were 2.5-0.
Because Jeremy Pruitt was a damn bonehead.
You were 2.5-0. I know, but you just like were getting your ass beat after that. Like, I don't know. Whatever.
Well, you had to play Alabama, and then who won the Natty that year. So.
Yeah, but you couldn't do anything against Arkansas.
Well, by that point, you were 2-3.
Yeah.
And you just at some point, I'd say you lost the team, and probably around that Arkansas game, and then
But JT Shrout start against Florida.
I didn't watch that.
What a dark time. I just remember everybody in my life was putting all their money on Florida, saying that Florida was going to cover, and then we went on a 13-play, 96-yard touchdown drive for 2 minutes and 46 seconds. We got the ball down 18 with 3 minutes left, and everyone was set to cover. And then JT Shrout went on a 13-play, 96-yard drive. Oh, my God.
Who are the 6 opponents you want?
2nd and 17. You're like, oh, here we go. We're going to get the cover. Then, boom, 5 yards.
We should tell
9
the
yards.
opponents after the break who we want.
We got Tuesday trivia coming up. So
yeah.
Do it now.
Oh, well, let's go Ole Miss.
Okay. Haven't played them in a while.
Arkansas, I like when we play them. LSU.
I don't think Arkansas will be on the schedule after playing them 2 years in a row, right?
Probably not, but that's just my personal answer. I'm going to go Ole Miss, Arkansas, LSU, Texas.
Texas will be on there. You can put Texas on there for sure. And I would pretty much guarantee they're going to make us go to Austin first. It kind of feels like that's likely.
Florida? Nah, I've had enough of Florida.
Now, I will say, looking at the schedule before we get it tonight, I think it feels logical that they would keep Kentucky, Alabama and Vanderbilt on schedule. And what I mean by that is like, hey, we're playing at Alabama, at Kentucky this year. They're coming to Knoxville next year, right? Like, I don't think they'd give a team 2 straight road games.
You wouldn't think
I wouldn't think they'd make us go back to Tuscaloosa, which makes, so like when you tell me, Cody, that we have 5 SEC home games and that one of our road games should assuredly be Vanderbilt.
That's a nice setup.
That means only 3 of your road games will be against teams with a pulse.
Yeah, assuming Pavia is gone.
But even then, like, we know it's going to be half Tennessee fans there. Like, that's pretty good. If you get 5 home games and then, one of your road games is Vandy, that feels like a pretty good setup for Tennessee. We'll see what the other road games are. Like I said, I feel like you can go ahead and pencil at Texas. Hell, maybe at Ole Miss. It's been a while since we've been there. I'd make those 2 bets that we play at Texas and at Ole Miss.
Yeah, play A&M again.
That's what I was just about to say. It feels like we haven't played them I guess we have played them.
I
forgot about just 3 years.
We played them in 23.
Yeah.
Carolina, we hadn't played them in a while.
Yeah. I'd say Carolina will be a home game. I think we'll get South Carolina. We might get South Carolina and Missouri at home. So South Carolina, Missouri, Bama, Kentucky at home.
I'd like to get a lick back on Missouri. Hypel owes one. He owes Dorkwitz one.
Yeah, he does. And I want it to be in Knoxville so we get that lick back for sure. All right, let's play some Tuesday trivia. Sam has prepared the questions. We'll see if he's any good. We'll see if he knows what he's doing. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on FANRUN Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is FANRUN Radio. The voluntary reaction.
This football season, tune into Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the FANRUN Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on FANRUN Radio.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor. But we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same-day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Sam came up with the list, came up with the questions. Let's see how he does. What you got for us, Sam?
Alrighty. Today's categories are General, Double Knowledge, World Capitals, College Football Coaches, and Food and Drinks.
I'm cooked. College football coaches and food and drink.
I wonder what double knowledge is.
Do you want me to give you an example on the double knowledge?
We go in blind.
Okay.
All right, make sure your computer is not on the chat because the chat likes answering along.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can go first. What you got? Or you can make the decision, I guess, if you don't want to go first.
World Capitals for 3.
World Capitals for 3. What is the capital of the Czech Republic?
Prague.
Correct.
This guy's good at world capitals. I'll try double knowledge for 3.
I am the nickname of a European country and an SEC football rivalry.
The nickname of a country, of a European country, and a football rivalry?
The Egg Bowl.
European country. Battle for the beer barrel. Oh, God, this is a good one, Sam. Good category. There's no country called the largest outdoor cocktail party.
Yeah.
The Iron Bowl.
The Boot is what you would be looking for. That would be Italy and LSU Arkansas.
That's a good one.
Yeah. College football coaches for 3.
College football coaches for 3. What head coach had double-digit win seasons in 7 straight seasons at Boise State from 2006 to 2012?
Chris Peterson.
Correct.
Damn it. Should have went there. General for 3.
General for 3. What is the currency of Japan?
The yen.
Correct.
College football coaches for 4.
Frank Beamer has the most wins in FBS history without a national title at 238. Who follows him after with 234?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Most wins ever without a national title behind Beamer. Jeez. That's tough. Yeah. Can you give me the school?
No, you can't. It sounds looking like it cannot. No, absolutely not.
I got a couple of names in mind. It's got to be an old timer, a guy who was at a place for a long, long time, probably. You know what? I'm just, that's probably dumb, but because of longevity. Well, I'm going to say Kirk Ferentz.
That would be very close. I think he was third.
I was going to say Bill Snyder.
Bo Schembechler.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Okay, let's try food and drink for 3.
Food and drink for 3. What sweet treat was named for its primary ingredient and not its country of origin?
What sweet treat was named for its main ingredient and not
its country of
origin? Why would I go food and drink? I don't know anything about food or drink. There's only one thing that's coming to my mind. It's a terrible feeling when this happens. You get stuck in a one-track mind. I'm going to go with gelato.
German chocolate cake is what you'd be looking for.
Okay.
College football coaches for 2.
Name one of the schools Johnny Majors coached at besides Tennessee.
Pittsburgh.
Correct.
Give me double knowledge for 4.
I am 2 of the boats that Christopher Columbus crossed the Atlantic in, as well as being mentioned in a famous 2008 comedy.
He's going to get that. Damn it.
So it's basically this.
Can't tell if this category sucks or not.
No, the category doesn't suck. The Nina and the Santa Marina. And the pink, like they say 3 boats, right? Like
they do say. I'll give you that.
You said only name 2, right?
Actually, no. Yeah.
You said name 2 of them.
What's your answer?
Is the Nina and the Santa Marina? The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Marina.
It's incorrect.
Yeah, I think it's the Santa Maria, but it's also the Pinta. I had Nina and Pinta down.
No,
his answer was it was Santa Maria, though.
Is it Santa Maria? Okay.
Are we get?
He did. I guess I should have specified. Maybe those are. I think there were 3 boats.
Yeah, those are the 3 boats, but he said Santa Marina. Is that
and not Maria?
Is that nitpicky or?
No, that's fair because that's what I was going back and forth in my head with whether or not it was Maria or Marina. Honestly, so that is what I was sitting here thinking. Okay, fair enough. Not nitpicky. No,
you're only a letter off, so I kind of feel bad.
No, it's not the answer. No, it's Maria, not Marina. In my head, I was sitting here just thinking about whether or not it was Maria or Marina. And I actually watched School of Rock, and that was literally on the movie last night, and they actually corrected it. Jack Black says it's actually I couldn't remember if he said it's actually the Maria or Marina, and I thought he said it's actually the Marina, but maybe he's an idiot and got it wrong. Maybe that was the joke.
All right, let's go world capitals for 2.
That's a tough mess.
What is the capital of Ireland?
Dublin.
Correct.
Give me general for 4.
General for 4. What is the only country in the world starting with the letter O?
Why does my head keep just saying orangutan? Only country in the world that starts with the letter O. This is obviously going to make me feel really dumb when you say it
because I'm like, oh yeah, I know that country. I'm cooked, chat. I'm not getting anywhere close with anything named with anything O.
I don't know if I know it either. I feel like I know countries pretty well.
Opal. I mean, I know it's not.
Oh, I know what it is. It's not Opal.
No, yeah.
Oman.
Oman would be correct.
Nice. I was going to say Ottoman Empire. Damn it.
Okay. 10-3 going into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just go world capitals for 1.
World capitals for 1. What is the capital of France?
Paris.
Yes.
Give me double knowledge for 5.
Bad choice. I am the inventor of the periodic table and also have an element named after me. What is my name and element?
Yeah, it's a woman, right? I mean, you don't have to tell me. I don't know the answer, but it's a woman, right? No,
I believe this is a man.
I don't know who it is.
Dmitry Mendeleev and Mendelevium.
Okay,
that's brutal.
That's a 5-pointer.
All right,
I got no qualms with the point values. Sam's done a good job with the point values. Categories kick my ass, but
let's.
Yeah, I kind of got. They're not very like straight down the middle trivia categories.
Yeah, no, I mean like
I tried to get a little creative.
Yeah, no, I mean they're just it's fighting uphill. This guy knows all the world capitals. He's good at that.
Let's go world capitals for 4.
World capitals for 4. What is the capital of Slovakia?
Surely to God he doesn't know this one.
I don't think I know that one. Slovakia. Slovenia. Let's start with an R. Kiev, that's Ukraine. Slovakia. I don't think I know that one.
You would be looking for Bratislava.
I've heard of it, but yeah, I would have never got that.
Give me football coaches for 5.
Louisiana Monroe's football coach is currently serving as the school's interim athletic director and head football coach. What is his name?
Sucks because I was just watching Louisiana Monroe. No, I wasn't. I was watching Louisiana Lafayette. No clue, Sam.
Bryant Vincent.
Okay. Well, poor showing by me. That's tough. That damn Santa Maria.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you credit for that one if you want.
Nah, it's fine.
11-7.
It was the incorrect answer.
Well, good game nonetheless.
Were those too hard?
No, those are good. No, those
GGs.
Those are good questions. Good questions. What was the 3-pointer on double knowledge?
The 3-pointer on double knowledge. I'm the nickname of a European country and an SEC football rivalry.
Yeah, that one stumped me.
What was that?
That was Boot.
The Boot.
Oh yeah.
Battle for the
Arkansas,
Boot.
LSU.
Yeah, that one's probably appropriately.
One was like, I'm a type of fruit and also a type of computer.
Could have gotten that one right.
I'm a classic rock band and American City.
Boston. Could have gotten that one right. No, those are fair. The 3-pointer stumped me, and then the Santa Maria. I was sitting there in my head thinking about it. I should have just gone Nina and the Pinta. Rats. All right. Good job by Cody. Sam, send us to break. We'll come back. We'll wrap this show up. Last call on the other side. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
You're locked onto FanRun Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Hi, I'm Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or just need a change, it's never been more important to have experienced, trustworthy representation in the real estate process. So if you have any real estate questions, I'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. Call me anytime for a free chat, 865-742-1035, or find me online at BoKnowsHouses.com. The Kregner Group, real estate the right way.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Last call here on the program. Let's wrap up this show, this Tuesday edition. Do we have any developments? I mean, with Josh Heupel, I know we got criticized by Nathan. Nathan was mad we haven't talked any football, but Josh Heupel said exactly what we thought he'd say about injuries. No updates. Check their availability report on Wednesday. No new developments there, right? I mean, Mississippi State is the biggest home game they've had in a long time. A long time. This I expect a bit of a hornet's nest with the damn cowbells and all that. That'll be tough.
You say it's the biggest home game they've had in a long time?
I mean, their fans have been saying, definitely since Mike Leach died, but I don't even know how far you could have to go back during Mike Leach's tenure to
because they're 4-0 too, right? Like they got a little juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have to go back to the Dak days, wouldn't you?
It would feel that way. I don't know if Leach had any days, any games that would rival this, but it's been, I would definitely say, since pre-COVID.
When did Leach die? What was that, 2 or 3 years ago?
Just sitting here thinking the same thing. I got really no idea what year it was.
2022.
You could tell me it was 2018. You could tell me it was 2023. I wouldn't really.
He was still coaching there in 22.
I think it was the offseason of 22, right?
Okay. They played number 17, Texas A&M, in 2022. They were ranked. Texas A&M was ranked 17th. I don't think Mississippi State would have been ranked at 3-1, but maybe.
They played Georgia later that year, number 1 Georgia. They were 6-3 at that point.
Okay,
so like
maybe those would have lived up to that. Maybe those would have been big games.
Yeah, 2021. I mean, they weren't any good. They played Alabama, but they were 3-2.
They did probably feel good coming off of that Texas A&M. They'd beaten a ranked Texas A&M team.
2020, nobody counts that.
Going through the darkness of where they've been, going through the darkness, of having the coach die and then winning 2 games last year, it probably does make this game feel bigger. Having beaten Arizona State too, already this year, having a ranked win, kind of creating some home field magic. I would say, I'm not going to call it the biggest since Dak, but I would say it's up there. I know it's been the biggest in a while.
I remember this game, 2017. They beat LSU 37-7 in week 3. LSU was number 12. That probably felt pretty big for them at the time.
Yeah.
That put them to 3-0. They're pretty good that year. They were 7-2. They were 7-2 when they hosted Alabama November 11th. That was 2017. So yeah, you got to go back.
What was the final score of that Alabama game? Was that the one that Alabama barely won? Beat them by like a touchdown?
That was 31-24.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you go back to the Dak days before that.
They've been in the desert though. They've been wandering around the wilderness, whichever cliche you want to use. So this feels like it kind of sucks for them in a way because you're kind of buried on a jam-packed weekend. Like that's tough. You're not getting any type of main attraction love. You're not getting any type of, you don't get a night game. Where does Tennessee, Mississippi State even rank this weekend in terms of biggest games? Because it's kind of lost in the shuffle, like 7th or 8th, right?
Yeah, there's a ton of big games this week. A lot of good games. Bama, Georgia.
Bama, Georgia, number 1, or would you give it to? I mean, I don't think LSU Ole Miss is bigger than Bama, Georgia, but maybe Oregon, Penn State is.
Yeah, I'd give it to Penn State, Oregon.
Yeah.
Just because Alabama lost their first game. If Alabama had won, then I'd probably go SEC on that. But Penn State and Oregon, I mean, that's a legit top 5 kind of matchup. What do you think Mississippi State fans say, like when they're doing well? Is it feels like 14 when we went 10-3? Feels like 14. Do you know they beat 3 top 8 teams that year in the first 6 weeks of the season? LSU, A&M, and Auburn, all ranked in the top 8.
In 2014?
Mm-hmm. That was when they went to number 1 in the playoff poll. The first ever playoff poll.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, Mississippi State was number 1. And then they lost at Alabama. Tough close to the year. They lost to Alabama, lost at Ole Miss, and then lost to Georgia Tech in the Orange Bowl. But they started 9-0.
And then lost to Ole Miss. So it didn't really mean anything. They probably don't like that year.
Yeah, their best year ever, or one of them. Maybe not their best year ever, but one of them. I mean, you gotta beat Ole Miss if it's going to be one of your best years ever.
We'll continue the Mississippi State talk throughout the week. Jam-packed college football weekend coming at us. Bubba, what did we miss so far today? Other than all my trivia questions.
We have some unfortunate news happening as former Cincinnati Bengal and Auburn running back Rudy Johnson found death by possible self.
Found death?
By possible
I was trying to make
self.
it more or less like, I don't know if we could say, death by suicide. but
Well, you just said it. So if you didn't know you could say it, why the hell would you just say it?
Because
now we're going to get kicked off YouTube.
Okay.
I didn't know if I could say the thing I just didn't say, so I'm going to say it now. How the hell does that make any sense, Bubba? And who the hell is Rudy Johnson? Do you remember him?
Guy from Notre Dame.
Is that his name? Rudy Johnson, is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know who that is, though.
Do you know who that is, Sam?
I know who Rudy Clarer is.
Cody?
They got him up on in Neyland. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but
okay. All right.
It's
can't be too mad at Cody for missing that one.
Okay, we have positive news. Lady Vol for Life, Kara Lawson being named the head coach of the USA basketball women's national team.
How about that? That seems like a pretty big honor. And it feels like, hey, it's nice to, I know that she's at Duke, but like it feels nice to kind of get that U.S. women's national team away from UConn. And then, who coached them in 20? Was Gino still coaching them in 24? Who coached the women's national team in 24? Do we know?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Women's coach 2024 basketball national USA.
How's the soccer team doing? We need an update on the soccer team.
Cheryl Reeve. Okay, the Minnesota coach. Okay.
Them girls still winning.
Yeah.
8-1-1.
They're still winning.
Good for Kara Lawson, though. And like I said, good for the Lady Vols to kind of get back, you don't want to say in control, but that's why Candace got left off the team back in 2016 was because Gino had control. He said he wasn't picking her.
This soccer team we've got is pretty good, but boy, their games sure are close.
All within a couple points.
Yeah, they won the last one just 2-1, and the one before that they only won by 2.
Yeah,
close losses too, though. The Mississippi State loss, they only lost by 1.
Even tied a game too, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Kara Lawson, though. Shout out to her.
We have Bruce Arians becoming a consult to the Hokies and their hiring committee.
I don't think I was aware that he was so connected at Va-Tech. I didn't realize. I don't think of him as a college guy at all.
So I did not know that he was a quarterback there.
So Bruce Arians is consulting for the hire at Virginia Tech?
Yes.
If I was his consulting guys there with him, I'd be like, can we just hire you? Can you come?
I mean, you make a valid point.
Maybe that's where it all ends up. Maybe he just says, hey, I know these guys are as good as me. How about we just hire me? How about that? Although with his burnout and his damn heart.
I think I'd take it if I was Virginia Tech.
Would you?
Bruce Arians? Hell yeah, man. He's 72.
He's 72. He's 72 with a bad heart. I think if he was out there coaching, I'd be worried that he would die.
I mean, get him some kale and some grilled chicken and some almonds. And
he can't calm down.
Olive oil. Whatever's good for the heart,
I'm glad we're not in Va-Tech's position.
Yeah, me too.
It feels really tough to hire a coach right now. Especially if you're at Va-Tech where there's no real path forward. You know what I mean? There's no real path to success there.
Things ain't been the same for them since the battle at Bristol.
Really ain't. Kind of broke the boys.
We also had Ousmane Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or. It's one of the top awards you can win as a footballer. He plays for PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, and the French national team.
Mo Salah was robbed. I say that as if I know, but what do you do if you're Virginia Tech? Do you just get on your hands and knees and beg Shane Beamer? Is that the only path to having some type of established coach? You said you'd take Bruce Arians. Would you be pumped up for Shane Beamer?
If I was Virginia Tech, I would.
Yeah. I mean, not Tennessee. Va-Tech, you could do the whole I'm sure there's plenty of footage of him around the program as a kid, with his dad.
I'm coming home.
Yeah.
Coming home.
That probably would get you pretty fired up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Va-Tech guy, sure. They'll probably end up with Butch Jones or something similar.
If you're Shane Beamer, do you listen to him?
You got to take the call. I mean, it's your dad's school.
Do you? I feel like there's only bad things that can happen there. You either just ruin your family's legacy or you just I don't. I don't think he's going to necessarily just go and just kill it at Virginia Tech. And
Yeah,
be like the top of the ACC.
What would Virginia Tech even be asking for? Like, what do they want to get back to?
I assume Providence because Virginia Tech has voted to increase their athletic budget by $47.1 million for this year.
So they're going to be like, hey, we got to spend some money now, boys. You know, it used to drive me crazy covering Tennessee back, whenever they were so focused on academics in school and fixing that. Like, it really is simple. If you're good at football, all that other stuff takes care of itself. People want to start coming to your school. Look how much better Tennessee's academics got just because they got good at football. Sometimes it's that simple. If I'm Vi Tech, that's what I'm trying to do. All right, good job by you guys today. Appreciate the freaks over on YouTube. Thanks for everybody listening. We'll do it again tomorrow. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on FanRun Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Hungry for some mouth-watering barbecue? Then take the quick drive up I-75 to Rickard Ridge for some of the best barbecue you'll ever have. Fall off the bone, Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, and fresh hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has something for everyone. Located in Cove Lake State Park with a spectacular view of the Cumberland Mountains, Rickard Ridge. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Check out their full menu and catering options online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen.